Welcome, guys and gals, to another wonderful episode of the Sinchies podcast. It's your host, Doobie.
It's Mojave.
We got a wonderful show planned for you tonight. Very impromptu. We'd like to welcome our first guest,
The honorary Kenny G.
What is up, Sinchies? How the hell are you tonight?
Oh, doing good, buddy.
Dude, being the first Sinchie.
Cheers.
First Sinchie is the one who gets the beers, correct?
Always.
If I remember properly.
Yeah, we're already a few beers deep, though. We started early this time.
I'm a little drunker than last time, so. Here we go!
Who's to say it's not going to be a fun time, though? It's the Loverboy music in the
I
back.
know. They can't even hear that. It's good.
Yeah, but old friends, me and you, and new friends, me and Mojave, it's fucking grand.
We're gonna have a good ass time tonight.
Well, that's the plan,
We're
Kevin.
gonna see, dude. We're gonna see.
Fucking.
So how are we starting this off tonight?
It's about to be fun. First off, like you said, these two have known each other. Me and him just met, last week, I think, for the first time.
Yeah.
So, let's kick this off. Let's start this off. How did you two meet, first off?
For me, I feel like I've known Dubes my whole fucking life, honestly. I really can't
False,
remember a
but
time where I don't have a fond memory with Dylan. That's probably one of the only grand things that I can say about him.
You've always been one of my boys, dude.
You know. I think it was my brother and your cousin.
Yup.
Yeah, my brother and his cousin were dating, and that was kind of my first little intro into the Dewberry family, I guess, if you want to say it like that. His cousin definitely treated me like one of the little shitheads, I guess you can say.
You're still a little shithead.
Yeah, but there's a difference now. I'm not as little of a shithead as I used to be.
Hey,
Still a
just a big
shithead, don't get it twisted, but we're still here. But yeah, I really can't not think of a time where I didn't know Dylan Dewberry, though. That's just me, though, but, you know.
No, I feel you there.
Freaking child.
We've always, known of each other. We didn't really start hanging out till, like you said, Emily and Ed started dating.
Yeah.
And then me and you just hit it off, dude. Rarely do I come across people in my life that match my energy.
Yeah.
And you matched my energy from the get-go.
Almost crackhead-like.
Yeah, I was like, who's this little bastard, dude? This kid's just on my level all the time. Bro, we've had so many good memories.
A lot of fond memories.
You remember when we used to talk about our podcast?
Dude, all the time. All the time sitting near the sale barns in your Jeep.
Sale barns, yeah.
Right when you pulled off the bridge. Dude, just right there. And just...
Mad roaches. Dude.
Hours.
Small town shit.
Hours of just sitting there talking. Dylan would pick me up at 8:30.
Oh, yeah.
We would start I think the earliest we ever started was 4:30 in the evening. And we stopped at 6 the next morning.
Yeah.
And it was just driving all over this tiny town talking about the most dumbest and ridiculous things.
We had a lot of deep-ass conversations.
A lot of deep ones.
Really good ones.
Especially, I don't know, after, my whole little drug addiction, definitely those picked up heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Always had to have someone to vent to. And Dylan was just always I'm not doing anything, you're not doing anything, it's only 9:30 at night.
I remember you used to text me, bro. You would literally just say podcast sesh, question mark, and just send it to me, and I was like, name a time, dude,
Okay,
I'll be
let's
there.
go.
We'd go.
This is years in the making, then, right
That's
there.
what I'm saying, dude. We've been talking about this for a long ass time. So the second he heard about our podcast,
I was it's
bro,
fucking, I
gots to be on.
have to.
I gots to.
It's been fucking forever since the last one.
Dude, how many times we had cops drive by and you would just shit yourself? And I was like,
Yeah,
Kenny,
I was a little kid, just
relax,
no, don't worry,
relax.
dude.
We're just chilling in
My
the Jeep.
favorite one was the 10 sheriffs and the cop cars that would the 10 locals and the sheriffs that would drive by, and I'd freak out. And every time it was in that order, it would be the sheriffs and then the local cops that would drive by, and they'd stop, look at us, and I'd be freaking out. And instantly, it's Dylan just, do you know who you're with right now? Do Do you know who I am, right?
He's not here for
Yeah.
you.
I was like, they're always watching me, my
They're
guy.
always
Relax.
watching me. Don't worry, you're fine. We ain't doing nothing wrong.
Good
But yeah.
times, dude. Good
Carries a
times.
household.
Dude, it really is. It really is.
By now, at least.
Quick tangent. I gotta talk about when my fucking dad was leaving the bar that one night. And me and my girlfriend at the time went to pick my dad and my mom up from the bar. And I had to go in to get my mom because she wouldn't come out of the bar. And my dad was out with her name out in my Jeep. And I went inside to get my mom, and I grabbed my mom, and we're like coming out. And like all of a sudden, I just see my dad in the middle of the street with some dude. You motherfucker! And he's just unloading, dude. And he's like cracks this dude, and this dude like punches my dad, and my dad goes to head kick him. And he just had knee surgery, so my dad went to head kick him and his knee gave out. He just pulled a full on like feet in the air, like above his head, just cracked on his back, and he just rolls around like a turtle drunk as shit for like 2 minutes, and then gets back up, and then 3 cop cars just come blazing down F Street, and they like put us all on the wall. It was me, my dad, Wes Ferraro, and then my mom had gone back into the bar at that point because she was just running around rampant. But they like put us on the wall, dude, and Menace came out, and he knew my dad personally, and he knew me personally, and he was just like fucking had his gun drawn up on us. We were posted up against the wall, and he's like father, like son, hey Dewberry. My dad's just, fuck you, Menace. Wes is like trying to stop it, right? So we get it like almost settled, dude. And Menace is like, all right, Chris, come here. Chris is my dad. My dad comes over there, and he's like, what happened? And he's like, he started it. He punched me. I didn't even hit him, man. He's like, why do you have a cut open on your fist right there? My dad just like sat there for a second, looks at me and Wes, looks back at Menace, and he's like, that fucker bit me, man. He's like, he was coming at me, dude. I had to defend myself.
Rabies check.
So, yeah, that was just a quick little tangent. We are well known in Salida. They used to call my dad and my uncle the Dukes of Howard. They would run around and just cause shit. Because my uncle was the lover boy. He'd get all the girls. He was the quarterback. He was the fucking jock. And my dad was just a little 96-pound spitfire, dude. My dad would just fucking fight like 4 people at a time. It was amazing. So I got all my fighting skills from my dad. Good times.
Menace was not the most pleasant of cops, though. I mean, I can't tell
Shout
you
out
how
to
many
Menace.
times,
Fuck
like,
you.
big fuck you. I can't tell
He's
you
the
how many
biggest
times I was like
Dickhead of a
walking,
cop in our hometown.
just being a kid, like 8 to 12 years old when he was still in the force, just walking down the street, and then instantly have a gun drawn on me and being like, get on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know why I'm being put on the ground. I'm like fucking 10 years old, dude. What did I do to have this, like, large...
See, there's
man,
that
in
side of
my
Menace,
eyes,
and
like,
then when
large...
he's launching Roman candles into Menace's car while he's driving down
Oh,
F
no, that's
Street.
not, like, the worst part.
Different
Like,
levels.
she did the
There's a
Roman
reason they
candles,
knew
like,
me.
I was the one who would, like, grab the manure from the local fields with all my friends, and we would load his fucking back seat up and his front seat up with it, because he's a dumbass and left it unlocked.
Oh, dude.
And, like, that happened twice.
Menace was a terrible human being.
Piece of shit, dude. But, like, I would always, like, be told to get on the ground, like, I fit the description, and then, like, 4 hours of me being on the fucking ground, like, they find
There he
me,
is.
and it's, like, some guy from Alamosa that made it through town. I'm
Grown
10.
ass man,
I'm
dude.
10, and I'm this, like, dude's 52 or some shit. And somehow I fit the description. That's, like, the first sense of racism I ever had to deal with.
Gotta
that
love
old
small
man.
towns, dude. Gotta
Small
love 'em.
town cops. It's not like the videos of like, come on now, Dylan, we know you drive the Jeep. It's not a fucking rally car.
I side piped that bitch when I was 16, dude. No cat, no muffler. This shit was loud as fuck.
Dylan taught me how to fucking drive stick with that fucking
Oh,
Jeep.
yeah,
It's
dude.
killer.
That thing had some power.
Never forget
For being
the
a fucking
one and
98
only
Jeep
time,
Cherokee.
like, the one and only time we get pulled over and Dylan's just like, keep your head down. and he grabs me and pulls me into the back seat by his own fucking arms, and then just like casually hops into the driver's seat.
I totally forgot that
I think it was Cliff.
Yeah.
And Cliff's just like, "The fuck are you doing, Dylan? Why are you driving like a madman?" Just trying to show my friend here the ropes of the Wrangler.
Oh,
That's one of the moments I'll never forget. I think it was like the second night you tried teaching me how to drive stick. I got it immediately after.
thank God it was Cliff, dude. Cliff always loved us.
Loves
He's always loved us.
Cliff was really cool. It's when like Cliff and Menace would be together, game over, because you knew it was Menace rules or nothing.
Yeah, he had seniority.
Well, fuck him anyways. Even when Cliff was like, them two were like the same rank and everything, it was still Menace rules or nothing, because he'd throw a little bitch fit over anything.
Oh yeah.
I love the county meetings where they'd bring him up and they'd just be like, "If anyone's in here for Officer Menace, we're gonna have to kindly ask you to leave. We have enough complaints to deal with on this docket. All the docket complaints are Officer Menace if you really want to dive into the legal shit." It's fucking dumb.
Dude, he retired, right?
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that fool retired.
He's about to come up to Denver and get a position.
He tried, and I think he
hated
got
me.
like caught up with something. I think
He's the one who
getting
tried to
away.
arrest me when I got in that fight.
Yeah.
When I broke that kid's jaw. Yeah, that one. That's another time.
Whole other.
But Marcus,
So how long we're talking, like before high school? Then you guys know each other? Or
For
what?
him,
Yeah.
probably in high school. Me, like
I was probably a freshman,
middle
sophomore
school.
when I met him. Yeah.
I was in middle school for sure then.
What a while.
Just like me and you,
Yeah.
I like taking the kids with potential.
Oh, potential? No, he likes to take
Showing
the
him
broken ones when it came to
their
me.
worth.
It's the broken ones when it came to me, I like to say. Because definitely, like, if you want to get on an emotional topic with it, like, Dylan has definitely been, like, the guy, if I'm ever, like, in a real fucked situation mentally, I've definitely turned to one of two people, and Dylan's definitely one of those people.
No, I still remember when you called me, like, maybe last year. I was out hot tubbing, dude, and you had that bad night. We don't need to get into it, but yeah, you called me and you were like, "There's two people that I call, and the other person didn't answer, so I knew you'd answer, so you called me, dude. I'm always there for you, bud."
Or one of the most best ones, yeah, the same one was like last year, a little after that. And Dylan was up here in Denver, and I was just walking around lost as hell by myself, didn't know what to do, mad suicidal, and I called Dylan. Dylan drove his ass all the way down from here to Salida, and then drove me back up to Denver, and we just sat there, and fucking the whole time he kept driving back and forth between Denver and Salida. And I think we did that for a whole day. And then he finally just dropped me off and said, like, "You're fine. Quit being a bitch."
You know,
Let's go build him back up and then
tough,
Yeah,
tough
yeah.
love works.
Tough love
That's all I'm
worked for
gonna
sure.
say.
I mean, like, I can
Got your back.
definitely...
Now remember.
Yeah. Like, I can definitely attribute a lot of, like, who I am as a person, like, headstrong, have to, like, understand things first before I definitely, like, decide to go in it with my fists. Decide first whether or not that's the good idea or not, and attribute that 110% to Dylan. Because there were times when I was a teenager when me and Dylan, like, as a kid, yeah, me and Dylan were close whenever my brother and Emily were dating. But then they stopped dating, and I didn't see Dylan as much. I'd see him around town, and it'd be instant, like, "What's up, dude?" And he'd give me a hug or some shit. But then, like, getting into high school, Dylan's gone. He's, you know, floating around town, doing whatever he can do. And I can remember the first time I got, like, put in cuffs for being an asshole. Like, I threw hands in the middle of Fib Arc with this guy from...
It's always Fibark.
It's always Fib Arc.
Side note.
Yeah, for those who
Side note.
don't know Fib Arc, it's
Fib Arc
like one of the
is-
biggest whitewater rafting festivals in America.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking blast. It is so much fun for all ages. You get to see the dumbest and most wildest shit.
Oh, dude.
And it's just a blast.
Our hometown goes from, what's our population, like 6,000?
At most, like 8 by now.
Yeah.
8,000 by now.
It jumps to 20,000 for a weekend.
for Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, and it is outrageous.
A
the shit
fucking
that happens.
blast. You will see the craziest house parties in Colorado.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Fort Collins knows how to throw it down, but when Fibart comes to town, it is fucking on in Salida. It is on. Like,
Dude, wasn't
parties will
Bismarck
last.
when we caved the floor in at Trap House?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
No, that was New
yes.
Year's. That was
New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's, and then they got it fixed, and I think it happened in one of the rooms for Fibart.
God.
A fucking killer time. Every time a party went down at the Trap House. The local Salida,
Shout out to the
people
Trap
know
House boys.
who the fucking Trap House is. That shit was so much fun.
Marcus, you missed out on all of that.
You missed,
No, yeah.
bro,
I
you
was
missed a
around
fucking
the Trap
killer
House.
time.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was the, bro, the first time I got a blowjob was in that fucking house.
Okay.
First time I did it,
We're going there.
first time I did a dab, and first time I got a blowjob, same fucking night. From some girl from Leadville during Fibart.
That's Fibart for you, ladies and
Fucking
gentlemen.
killer. I think I was like 16 years old. And I just showed up and like, hey, what's up? Everyone knew.
Remember when we used to ninja dab kids?
Yeah, that shit was fucked up sometimes though. Because it would be like the preppy kids who were like new to marijuana as a whole, and you would just straight up fucking. Like, yeah, no, dude, this is fine. It's just like smoking one bowl in one hit though. So like, you gotta be careful. And it would be like me and Dylan and the other like trap house kids all smoking ridiculous amount of wax. And we would line the inside of the fucking carb up with just a ridiculous amount of wax and like different types of concentrates, and we would fuck the preppy kids over.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the preppy kids were like that.
They
We
dropped
did
that
it
little
to.
nug thinking on pot, that's all they were smoking, dude.
Bro, they were all
They're hitting
like,
like a half a gram on the underside.
but they were all like fucking little dickheads or spoiled brats. Like, you'd be showing up to the
this
party
started
and
off
there
so
they
well.
are, like, thinking they're cool because mom and dad gave them $50 to buy, like, some dinner and stuff to hang out. And they're showing up with, like,
Sinchies.
Coors Banquets and fucking Burnasties. And you're just like, whatever, dude. And then you have kids like me, Dylan, and all the other fuckheads that showed up to the trap house. And we're just all fucking kicking it with like Jägermeister, Jack Daniels. Like, we would ball out because we knew the local liquor like distributors.
Jaeger or nothing. dude.
Jaeger or
Jaeger
nothing.
was my shit.
It was fucking game over when Dylan introduced me to Jaeger, I'll say.
So was Kenny G just a random nickname he gave you, or what?
No, my middle name starts with a G. It's a really white name and I hate it.
Okay.
It's Gregory.
I was
I'm
was
Kenny.
Gregory! I didn't know this!
I'm Kenneth Gregory Rodriguez Jr. My dad is Kenneth Gregory Rodriguez.
Kenny G.
So I'm Kenny G. And every,
I
like,
just remember you introducing yourself as Kenny G one time, and I was like, what did you just say?
fucking soul.
Like, Kenny motherfucking G!
Dude, I will never forget I think it was my sophomore year playing football, and you showed up to the game, and I knew you were fucking high. I knew he was stoned, and he just walked up to the fucking game, and the first thing I hear when I fucking, on defense, playing outside linebacker, and I ripped the kid down by his fucking, like, I think it was a horse, I got called for a horse collar, and I ripped him down hard as shit. And he got whiplash real bad, and all I hear from the stands is my dad going, "That's my boy!" And fucking Dylan at the top of the stands with all of his friends losing their fucking minds for me. Just, "That's my fucking boy, Kenny G! That's right, motherfuckers!" The resource officer walked up, and I remember watching it, and all my friends on the team are like, "Why are they screaming Kenny G at you?" And I'm just like, I don't fucking know those guys, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed when I got up here.
On what?
Because, so I've been out of town all weekend.
Oh.
And he texted me, he's like, you need to go up here Sunday. We're gonna have Kenny G on the podcast. And I'm thinking, like, with the flute Kenny G.
Bro, what the fuck?
I'm looking up the greatest hits. I'm like, we're going big time. We got Kenny G coming on the. Like, I need to make sure my hair's perfect because Kenny G's coming on. And it's like, no, you remember Kenny? He's like, yeah.
Ah, shit.
Kenny.
Well, I'm sorry to let you down.
Do you at least play the flute?
Fuck no, dude. I barely play a guitar.
Oh, shit.
I have zero musical talent. Zero, dude.
Bro, your
Except when
talent's
you're
in your
singing in
arms.
the
Just
shower,
remember
dude.
that.
You got the singing in the shower, sad boy hour.
Dude, sad boy hours. That's a regular thing in this house.
Regular
Oh, yeah.
thing. Just dude, sad boy for life.
You'll hear Dylan in the
Play some
shower.
Mayday in the shower, drinking beers.
Okay,
just
but, like,
screaming at the top
what
of my
about-
lungs.
What about XXX Tentacion? Like, that's my sad boy shit right
He's
there.
pretty good.
What do
He's
you
got some
mean,
bangers? He's got
Dude,
some
no.
bangers.
I don't think you understand. That man's music has straight up pulled me out of dark times.
That's
like,
good,
when
dude.
you
That's what
like,
music should do.
hate to say it, but like, it's when times when Dylan couldn't answer because he was busy doing what he does. Like, I can't get mad at him for it. He was busy in the gym trying to perfect himself. Can't get mad at that in the fucking slightest. And like, the other person wouldn't fucking answer the phone either. So it's like, first thing I do, I'm living in a fucking fifth wheel by myself, middle of winter. There's no heat in this
Dude, I
fucking
remember
thing.
when I came to see that, and
Yeah.
you had no heat. Dude. I
No
was like,
heat.
what
I
the
had like
fuck are you doing in
six
here,
fucking
Yeah.
space heaters.
dude? Like,
plugged
I'm
in.
alright.
I was like, I'm good, dude. In the middle of the night, this bitch is fucking cooking. I have to get out of blankets. And it would, too. Like, it wasn't bad. It was just like the first few hours of the night sucked. Because it wouldn't be warm in the motherfucker. I'd have like 15 blankets. And I'd have to sit there curled up for a while. And then eventually it'd get warm. And really fucking hot in there. But yeah, like I'd be in that fifth wheel, freezing, depressed, crying. And no one answered their phones. Because it's either late or someone's busy fucking doing something. Like, it didn't matter to me. I knew, like, it's either grow up and figure out what you're going to do with it, or sit there and stay down by yourself.
That's the thing, dude. Adapt or overcome.
Exactly.
Most
And
people
so it was
don't
just
overcome.
slap the music on his new album that just came. I think it was Skins. That was the album that came out from him. It's his postmortem.
Oh,
And
okay.
I would put that on, listen to the whole thing, and then 11:30 would roll around and I'm fucking tired as hell and pass out. And I was good.
Did you have a shower in that RV?
Yeah, but it didn't fucking work because I didn't have any water hookups.
So where'd you shower?
I went inside.
Oh, okay, where?
Yeah, it was just on the outside of the trailer, remember?
Mm.
So, like, it was the trailer going this way, and then my fucking fifth wheel was right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I had that thing decked out for a while. It was fucking nice. I don't give a fuck
You were
what
balling
anyone
in that
fucking
thing, dude.
says. Dude, I had a TV in the fucking
Fifth
living
wheel.
room part of it. I had a TV in the living room part of it and a TV in the fucking, in my bedroom. And they weren't just like, you know, little 32s. No, I had a 65 in my fucking living room and a 65 in my bedroom. Like, I was
damn.
not doing bad. Like, the fucking local pawn
Jay
shop was
Chillin',
just
dude.
selling them for fucking mad cheap, like $200. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Did you say 65?
Yeah.
Sold.
Fifth wheeler tips.
$200
Go to the pawn shop.
Sold.
Check that bitch out.
Yeah. If I wanted anything cold, I had like a little cooler and fucking just dry ice.
Dry ice.
Yeah, dude, peanut butter and jellies for days though. For fucking days. That was my shit when I lived in that thing.
Dude,
right
I
there.
get those
And ramen.
Uncrustables, dude.
Dude, Uncrustables were dank too.
I thought-
But like the cupped ramen
I
and like
still
a
eat
tea
those,
kettle.
dude. I eat like 4 of those a day.
They're dead. You buy the boxes of them.
Yeah.
The strawberry one, all time. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. And then the strawberry and then the honey hazelnut.
Ooh.
We'll fight if you want to fucking. I know Dylan will kick my ass, but if he tries to tell me the honey hazelnut one isn't good, I might actually have to wrestle him.
I honestly haven't had that one.
Bro, it's
I'm not a
yeah,
big fan of Nutella. So
Bro, it's not Nutella though.
Hazelnut's like Nutella. Though.
Yeah, but it's not Nutella. Nutella has like
Okay,
a shitload
I'll
of
take,
sugar.
I'll take
in
your
it.
advice.
Okay.
I'll
But
try.
what I'm saying is that it's not Nutella because you have
Ah,
you got to think, dude. They follow a strict guideline. They got to keep the kids healthy.
yeah, so healthy.
Yeah, so
By
healthy.
taking the crust off.
There's 30 grams of sugar in each one of those
Yeah,
things, dude.
seriously.
They do their best, all right. We don't judge them.
It's good enough for the students. It's good enough for.
How was your trip back home, Marcus?
Good. Just chilled out with the folks, the parents.
Dylan, can you?
Plug the podcast a little bit?
Yeah,
Your dinner date?
yeah, I did. I saw some. Yeah, Salida. Dude, there was seriously like the whole time we were there. Like at most, there was maybe like 25 people in this new little restaurant that's there. And so still find someone that you know
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. And they were like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Small town living.
They're like, "How's Dylan? You guys still roommates?" I'm like, "Yeah, check out the podcast." Immediately, it's like Did you see Sinchies?
Just what
Yeah.
we're doing right
They're
now?
like, wait, what? I'm like, we started a podcast. Check it out. It's on our Instagram. So,
Check it out.
yeah. Anyone out there, let your friends know.
Let your friends know.
Let your friends know.
Is this stocked up?
I need to stock it up, yeah.
There's 3 more.
That's your job.
Well, yeah, I know. Don't
You're the
yell at me
Sinchies
like,
boy.
don't yell at me like that, Dylan. Come on now.
He's
You don't hurt my feelings.
He's a few drinks deep right now, okay? He gets aggressive.
He gets a
I'm
little
hitting
too
6 or
aggressive.
7 right now. Feeling fucking
Christ.
snazzy, dude.
Schnaz.
I'm only on 3 over here. 3 or 4.
I'm just on 3.
I think I'm just gonna progressively get drunker, like the more we podcast.
Well, how
Isn't
about
that the plan,
podcast where
though?
you just shit face and then I'll have another one where I take an
Start
edible or
recording and
something.
I'm just, hey!
I'll just be going in some deep shit, high as hell.
Jamie, pull that up.
Jamie, pull that shit up. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Dude, it's like a completely side note though, like you guys ever like I don't think you guys have ever had to work with a temp agency, have you?
No, sir.
Okay,
What do you mean as temp agent?
So like what I do for a living is like I do catastrophe events, so to speak. So like hurricanes.
You
tornadoes.
cause catastrophe?
No. So like I'm the cleanup crew.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You got the Grim Reaper on that show.
No. So like
The Mothman. They always see him before some wild shit goes down.
what the fuck?
A bridge collapses and it's Kenny G up there.
Yeah. No, so it's like after
Stay in school.
Don't do drugs.
don't do drugs.
Don't do nicotine.
No, so I work for a company that after those catastrophe events, we go in and we do the cleanup and we try and help out as best we can. So it's always nice to like, when I got out there, I was in Louisiana from like September to mid-November. And it was...
Anybody else just see that fly in there? Continue. Look at the smoke.
That's probably from the vape, though.
No,
it's from
continue.
the vape.
Continue.
There's a cover.
There was definitely a bug that flew in there. I thought.
Yeah, that's a cover. There's a cover.
Sorry, side note.
So, yeah, it
We
was...
get distracted.
But, so when we were out there, like, we worked with various companies, and I met a lot of cool people. Like, they were fucking incredible people to work with. Funny as hell. And it was just a blast. But, like, the biggest crew I had was, like, a crew of 100, I think. And it was just, like, me.
Keep balling, dude.
Well, it was me between, like, 4 other supervisors. And so, we were, like, sitting there just walking between
Still
all the
20 heads
buildings.
you gotta watch over.
Yeah, but either way, like, we're just walking between all the buildings and just having a good time doing it. And I remember when the project manager walked up on the site and he said, we need to start getting the all the trash in this yard. It's like not a yard, but like the courtyard kind of area, I guess. And we need to get all the trash out and into the rollaways. So we're sitting there and we're doing it, and it's my turn for the crews to come through, or my crew to go through. And I remember sitting there, and I can't remember any of their names. And at my last company, we had this little joke for all the temp agencies. Never learn their names. They're all Larrys and Lindas.
Okay.
So I walked right into my building, and I needed all the men to do it. So the first thing I screamed was, "Hey, Larry!" And they all looked at me, and I said, "Let's go! Vámonos!" Because a lot of them didn't speak English, and some of them do. So, you know, it's just one of those things of, let's go. So all the guys would come with me, and I'd leave all the girls to do the rest of the demo and all the cleanup. So all my guys would start throwing all the trash in there, and I remember my boss came up to me and asked me, "What the hell did you call them?" And I said, "Larry's." And he said, "What do you call the women?" I said, "Linda's." He said, "Why?" And I said, "Because in about 2 to 3 weeks, they're going to be fucking gone, and I'm going to have a new set of Larry's and Linda's in."
Hard facts, dude.
He asked me, "Well, what do you do with the ones that you remember their names?" I add them on Instagram because odds are they're 10 out of 10s. So,
Add them to the roster, dude.
yeah,
Speaking
chalk
of
them up on the list, I guess.
catastrophes and shit,
Yes, sir.
did you see that plane dropping shit in Broomfield
Yes.
this weekend?
Yeah.
How's that? Oh my god, just when you think we moved into a nice neighborhood, we're good from like drive-bys or anything, the fucking planes are dropping shit on us.
Did you see
God's
the person
drive-by.
who put on Craigslist, they're like airplane cow, and it was $9,000, and it was just sitting in their front lawn, dude.
What the fuck?
I was crying when I saw that Craigslist ad. It was so funny.
That's too good.
I'm sitting in my parents' living room and I just see like plane debris dropping in Broomfield right now.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Some motor blew up and
Yeah.
it just started falling on like our neighbors. They're like right over here, dude.
Really?
Yeah, not
Shit.
too far at all.
Yeah, I was gonna text
Maybe
you
like
guys to
6
see
blocks.
how close it was.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
did we get anything?
I want me a black box, dude.
Did we at least get some peanuts or something? Like,
It's the engine that blew, not the compartment, man. You're
Hey.
asking for too much at that point.
I was asking for a lot, but you know.
You want the
He's
peanuts?
hungry, dude.
He's just that. Hey, man, you can't buy them peanuts on Amazon.
We get a
Alright, you have
Uranus
to get
down
them on
here.
the. You have to get them on the plane. You can't get them nowhere else.
Oh, because it's a fucking 70% markup on those things.
No, but on every like, my company is nice because like they give me rental cars, they get my planes, they
Yeah,
my
you get per
hotels,
diem.
per diem,
That's
and it's
good
like
shit, dude.
it's really funny because I fly United, and United has just always been like I see so many bad things about United,
Never had a bad thing happen.
bro, but I have never had a bad experience on United. Like I've always gotten like the premium experience with them, and I remember,
Been on a Delta flight though.
dude, fuck Delta.
Delta's kind of
kidding.
rough, dude. Not gonna
Delta
lie.
was too much when I was a kid, even. I remember, like, I was by myself in California because I just wanted to hang out a little bit longer. The rest of my siblings went home, and I'm just chilling there, and I had to fly by myself, Delta back.
Were you in the cargo bin?
No. What the fuck?
Continue.
And I had to
just throw him on the fucking conveyor belt.
No, I was just flying regular economy and just fucking. I was by myself, and I remember I had to sit at the fucking Denver airport for like 4 to 5 hours, just waiting for someone to come get me.
How old were you?
I was like 10. So I mean, it
That's
wasn't
pretty
that.
shitty.
It wasn't that bad of a situation. I mean, my grandma sent me $65, so I like got a chance to like somewhat explore
I'm like,
DIA, and I was like, shit, I've never.
magazines.
Dude, I never had fucking, what is it? Panda Express. I never had.
I was gonna say, did you get Panda Express?
As a kid, I didn't have Panda Express. Chick-fil-A was like just coming out and being big, and DIA just got the
Chick-fil-A is
Chick-fil-A.
wonderful.
So I got Panda Express, Chick-fil-A, and Burger King and
Yo,
DIA.
shameless plug. Get on that Chick-fil-A app. They give you free food randomly. They're like, just because, here's a free chicken sandwich.
I'm all about the
Till we
spicy
go to
chicken.
the wrong drive-thru that one day.
Dude, that was terrible, bro. Do tell.
No, that sounds like it's a triggering thing for you already.
dude.
Jesus.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I was raging.
Well, we
furious.
ordered it on your app.
Yeah.
There was Yumi and Lexi,
Mm-hmm.
and like they have like the certain drive-through to like go like for pickup, and we end up going through like the DoorDash line.
We were in this fucking line, dude. I'm not shitting you for like 45 minutes, an hour, dude. And I was like, yo! I'm like leaning out the window, like yelling at him. I'm like, I ordered on the app, dude. I'm sorry, I came in the wrong line. And they're like, yeah. It was this old lady. She's like, I'll get your food.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Like, I mean, she was actually running around, like, props to her, but then, like, we found the manager. We found the manager of that Chick-fil-A, and we told him, and he's like, I got you guys, I'll be right back. That dude didn't come back for, like, another 20 goddamn minutes, and I was like, what in the hell?
And that fucker comes running out right when we're at the end of the line, dude. He comes out. gives
No,
us all
we
our
ended
food.
up, we were in the parking lot. We were already out of that line. We were in the parking lot waiting for him. And then, like, we were all leaning out the windows, like, looking, like, where's our food?
No, dude, I was like 9 out of 10 rage. Like, I was like, what is the problem? I was like, I ordered it on the app. It should not fucking take this long. Oh, dude. It was
Dude,
sounds like you-
so
They gave us the
raging
wrong food,
bad.
too, remember?
Yeah. And I was so mad. I was like, fuck it. We're not going back, dude.
I ordered, like, a
I got
chicken
Pokemon
sandwich.
cards to buy.
Yeah,
I got
ordered, like, a
Pokemon
chicken
cards.
sandwich. They gave
Why
us
is
like
that?
an 8-piece nugget. I was pissed.
No, that's no. You want to talk about being pissed, Dylan? True or false? The Salida Sonic sucks fucking ass.
True. Absolutely.
Bro, I cannot tell you how many times I've walked into
True.
that Salida Sonic and just been like, all right, well, I want this, this, and this. Well, not walked in, but ordered on the outside because they don't have an actual inside to order from. And like,
Thanks for giving people the rundown of
I
Sonic.
remember. Well, it's our Sonic. All right, not every
That's
Sonic.
every
That is
No, no,
every
no, no.
Sonic.
I've been
I've
to
never
a
seen a Sonic with a lobby.
Gunnison's.
Okay.
Suck a dick.
Okay.
But I remember
cold as shit in Gunnison.
I ordered.
They're like, come on in.
Get out of the cold.
I remember I ordered, and it was just a burger, a large shake, and a Route 44 strawberry limeade. These motherfuckers came out with mozzarella sticks, a breakfast toaster, my mozzarella sticks, but they were cold, and like 4 different orders of fries, and no drinks. I was like, this is not what I ordered. And then they came out with what I ordered, and they had to take everything back.
I would have been like, no.
And I was like, dude, just leave it here. Like, no, it's for someone else. There's no one in this fucking Sonic. There's no one in the Sonic. It was just me. Literally me alone in the car. And they gave me all this food. Complete wrong order. And then they wanted to take it back. Like, dude, what the fuck are you people doing in there? Terrible
Smoking
experience.
weed at Salida, Colorado.
No, dude, every time. No, it's Salida, Colorado. They're either on heroin or
likely
meth in that
Yeah.
fucking in that Sonic. I swear. Sonic, you need to check that place.
I knew this kid that was working at like the Salida Sonic, and I don't know if he like quit this day we showed up, but like I knew he was working in there. Like I could see him running around, and then like his mom came to pick him up because he was like probably a sophomore or something at the time. His mom came to pick him up after his shift, and he came like running out,
Sinchies.
and he had his like his shirt, his work shirt, and he just like slammed it in the trash can, and then like ran to his
Made a
mom's
scene,
car.
dude.
We were like, yo, did he just quit, or is he get a new shirt every damn day? Like, it was
Dude,
so funny.
I worked at that Sonic. I worked 2 whole days. I
So
never
you're part of the problem,
Dude,
huh?
no, I never showed up again. It was so terrible.
It's probably you I saw.
No, if it was me,
I
I
knew
fucking
this.
straight up like walked off. I never like I remember I showed up on my last day. I think I worked a whole week actually. I got yelled at for my second day because I was told we got meal shifts or like a free lunch for your lunch meal. It was free or whatever it's called. I can't fucking remember that shit. It's been so long since I worked in a restaurant. And I remember I was told I got a free lunch, no big deal. So I made my own lunch because all the cooks were busy. They told me just make your own lunch. You're good, dude. Like, don't worry about
Make
it.
that a quad,
I'm
dude.
fucking 17. They're like, do whatever you want. So I just made like a regular double cheeseburger,
I would have made that
bacon.
a 6-burger.
It was
dude.
no big deal. Made myself some fries, and then I made myself a shake. And then I got yelled at because I was told that we have to pay for it. Even though the same manager that interviewed me said we got a free fucking shift meal. And I was like, whatever. Paid for it. Paid for it. No big deal. It came out of my paycheck. I said whatever. Worked the rest of the week, and then I was told I didn't have to come in. And then they called me in, and I was like, no big deal. Whatever. Well, then FibArc started, and I was pissed off with my boss because she didn't pay me on time. So I got angry. And then
Angry?
Yeah, me angry? I know, right? It's crazy. I got angry with her, and I remember I asked her, like, if I don't have my paycheck by the end of my shift, like, I'm not coming back. Well, I didn't have my paycheck by the end of the shift.
Needless to say.
And then she wanted me back. She said, I'll have it first thing in the morning. So I was like, whatever. I'm a naive kid. Came back in the morning. She didn't have it. So I think I did the whole breakfast shift and then the lunch shift. I made myself like a fat burger. I made like a fucking 2 5-stack burgers and then like 4 orders of fries for me and my dad, 2 shakes,
Pop! I
2
got
drinks,
breakfast.
and I literally just like was like, all right, I'm going on lunch. And then the different manager was there. She's like, it's all good. Take it. You're all right. I'm not gonna take it out of your paycheck. So, cool. I never went back. I literally took my shirt off and I left it on
Here's
the
a
table with
problem
my
with
name
modern day
tag.
America.
Moral of the story,
Dude,
this is
I
why the
walked
Salida
off.
Sonic sucks.
I walked off. I didn't get my paycheck till like 4 weeks later.
That is every employee that works there.
I didn't get it till like 4 weeks later. It was terrible. Terrible times.
Don't go to the Salida Sonic.
I don't know how
Don't
they're
go to a
still
lot of
open.
places in Salida. Oh,
Really, just I don't know how the fuck they're still open.
I mean, there's
Oh, Burger King got shut down because
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
drugs in the kitchen or something.
3 fast food restaurants in Salida.
McDonald's, Subway, and Sonic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking supply and demand, dude.
Yeah.
They in business.
Either way, I don't. It still sucks. Don't do it. Terrible experience.
Dude, I
Every
still
time.
just love that Burger King that they got caught selling drugs or some shit out
No,
of the
dude,
kitchens. That's why they shut
Taco
them
Bell. The Taco Bell KFC was the biggest fucking killer for me. Cockroaches in the fucking kitchen. Fucking rats eating the food that they were selling.
Mm.
And then what the fuck else was
Dude.
it? Oh yeah, they never cleaned
Beside
the
the
kitchen.
point, I'll take a cheesy gordito crunch.
down. Thank God I really didn't get into Taco Bell until like after that place closed.
Taco Bell was my shit, dude. Chicken quesadillas?
Dude, I can't.
I'm about
I
it
will
now.
never-
I'm about it now.
You know how many times Dylan like would hit me up on Facebook and be like, "What are you doing for lunch?" I'm in fucking like the 8th grade and I'm sneaking off of a middle school site to go get fucking Taco Bell with Dylan
You
Dewberry.
know, I wasn't the best influence.
And all my teachers are just like, "Well, you're with Dylan. He's not the worst kid. He's pretty cool. He's teaching you some things."
At
You know
least
what
the
Dylan-
Lila liked
No,
you.
no, no, no. You
He
know what
didn't have to
Dylan's
teach
teaching me? You know what
Not
Dylan
like
was teaching me? Dylan's teaching me how to fucking drink and then just how to kick it. Not drinking with him, but just, yeah, when you're drinking, just make sure it's Pedialyte and Gatorade. You'll be fine in the morning.
I'm always about them drinking tips. Take notes.
Now it's just like
I
2
never-
drinks, drink some water.
I never
Yeah,
started
yeah.
drinking.
Drink some
I have
water.
to make it
Pedialyte's
known.
expensive. We don't need that.
I have to make it known. I
Leave it
never
all.
We're
started
drinking on a budget.
Dude, never started drinking with Dylan until I got into high school. So I have to make that known. He wasn't the worst influence in middle
Ah,
school.
it was a pretty bad influence.
He was pretty fucking
this
bad,
is-
but he wasn't the worst.
This is a safe space.
You guys heard the
This is
chewing
a safe
story on the
Oh,
other
yeah.
podcast, so I mean,
Wait,
I'm
wait, wait.
living
So
life,
I've
dude.
made it this far. Do I get the intro into DOP, into DOP?
I mean, not every guest is going to get into the DOP house. But, I
Oh,
mean,
damn.
you could be an honorary guest.
I'm still fucking
We're gonna have
kicking
to
it to try and figure it out.
give you some sort of initiation, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he
I'm
called
going
me
to have to haze you or something.
Thick Puddin'. is
dude,
my
Thick
fucking
Puddin' is
name,
your
I guess.
AKA Thick Hood.
I guess.
We're gonna start coming up with some new nicknames for everyone.
I feel like I've went through enough hazing with you, though, Dylan, so I feel like I should get it.
I've been through a lot of shit, King.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
You remember when I kneed the shit out of my Jeep and
Yeah,
I put that fucking whole dent in the side of it?
yeah, we rhino-lined it like a few weeks later.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
I put a fucking
Dude, like a
4-inch deep.
solid one.
This
too.
seems like you did this on purpose.
Oh yeah, I was
Rage.
pure rage.
Pure fucking rage. And then we rhino-lined it like
Kenny's
9
eyes
to 12
were
times.
huge. He's like, bro, you gotta calm down. And I was
You gotta fucking chill out,
I
Dylan.
was-
You're
I
gonna
was having-
shatter your kneecap next time you do it.
The
What does he
doobie
fucking do?
rage.
He fucking does it again, and it fucking makes it bigger. And then he's fucking like, motherfucking son of a bitch! Walks up to the tree by the sale barns and tries to fucking swing at it. And if I didn't tackle him, I swear to Christ, he would have fucking shattered his hand.
yeah.
He was wound
I was
up
having a
heavy, and I had to
pandemic,
tackle him.
dude. I
I think I was like 14.
yeah. That's when I broke up with who shall not be named.
Who shall never be named
Yeah,
again.
she
It's alright.
That's the first time I ever had like a true anxiety attack, dude. And that shit's
Oh, it was bad.
like my mom has really bad anxiety, and I never used to understand it as a kid. Like I used to just be like so like
I caught it.
black and white with my mom. Like, why are you like freaking out right now? I don't understand. And I would like I remember we were driving to Gunnison, and my mom had an anxiety attack going over Monarch Pass, and like pulled over for like 45 minutes, dude. And my little fucking 10-year-old ass, I was just ripping her ass. I was like, what are you
Let
doing?
me drive.
What is wrong with you? I'll fucking go down this hill. It's not bad. And she was just having a panic attack, dude. I never understood it. And then after that whole ordeal, that was a full-on like anxiety attack. I've never fucking experienced that before. And that really like changed my aspect, like my
First time I ever.
sight on a lot of that shit.
Dylan
dude.
and I think Dylan and 2 other people have seen me have a full blown like panic attack.
Yeah, that's
Dylan
just
was
not
there.
fun, dude.
No,
And
Dylan
I
was there
have
when I like
total empathy
so
for that from now on.
these two fingers, like they used to normally sit together. I shattered this whole side. Like I had to have a cast like this for the whole time. Dylan called me Shooter McGavin. Fucking minute, it pissed me off. It pissed me off so fucking bad.
I'm so glad you remember that.
It pissed me off so fucking bad, dude. I had to wear a cast like that for a week. I shattered this whole fucking hand, and it's like
Shooter!
Just
You'd be like, fuck you, dude!
like halfway up my forearm. I shattered it in the middle of the summer. And I only hung out with Dylan for that summer, and it was because it was the same thing. The first major girlfriend I had ever had, and she just left me for no reason.
Heartbreak will fucking break down a good man.
Full like panic attack. Dylan had to hunt me down and find me.
Yeah, because you wouldn't tell me where you were, motherfucker.
Never told him where I was. And he finds me.
I made 7 phone calls, dude. I was like, "You seen Kenny G, dude?"
Where's Kenny G?
They're like,
hey,
last time I saw him was at Riverside. I'd fucking haul ass down to Riverside, dude. He's not there. I'd call another person, dude.
Slide East is where he fucking finds me. Like 9 different
dude,
people.
I moved to like 3 or 4 different places, and finally somebody was like, "I just saw him at Salida East like 2 minutes ago," and I was like, "All right, I got him, dude," and I fucking chased his ass down, dude.
It's there's a solid boulder on the pull-in, and I was fucking wailing on it, and
Just shattered your hand?
yeah, and it was right when Dylan got to me. The last blow that I got on it shattered my whole fucking right hand minus the 2 fingers.
Shooter, dude.
Shooter McGavin. And it pissed me the fuck off every time he saw me. Like, my left hand fucked up, just a dislocated knuckle. Dylan being fucking Mr. Medic over here, because, you know, Mr. Fight a lot over here. No, he's, like, it was my ring finger on my left hand, and the knuckle was all the way up near my wrist, pretty much. And Dylan, like,
"You're fine, dude. You're
massaged
fine."
that fucking thing all the way back.
I could see you
And
doing
then,
that too.
Oh yeah, dude.
You
It's
grab
fine,
it from the
it's
top.
fine.
I was
You
like,
grab it
"Quit
from
being
the
a
top
bitch.
and
It's
the
okay."
finger.
I was like, "This hand, I don't know. That hand might be a little fucked up," but I was like, "I can get this one."
Pops it, like, grabbed it from the top and the finger and pulls it all the way back, and I feel it go back in. And I'm fucking screaming, "Dylan, you pussy motherfucker! Oh my god, I fucking hate you, you little bitch!"
I love you, buddy. I love you.
Just the whole time while he's pulling it, trying to get it back in, and I'm just shouting. And then the police show up, and they're like, "Oh, we got a call for a domestic dispute. Is everything alright?"
I'm like, "He's fine. He's just punching a rock."
He's fine. He's just having a bit of a moment right now. Punching a rock. I'm gonna take him to the hospital. I think he shattered his fucking hand.
Oh, dude, your hand was fucking trash, dude.
Yeah, it was normal.
It was
now my pinky sits all the way out here.
Yeah, dude. Like, I
And
can't
it's
even
the same for
explain
this
it.
one too.
These 2 knuckles were about 1.5 inches into your hand, dude.
Fucking
like,
rough.
Dude, that doesn't look good, dude.
Fucking rough. Bad times.
Yeah, anxiety attacks are no joke, dude.
Have I ever told you the first time I had an anxiety attack?
Mm-mm.
First time I smoked weed.
Oh my god.
You did tell me this. Let's hear it for the listener.
For
For
the
the fucking listeners of Sinchies.
So, shout out to my buddy Denver. No, he had some this one time, and he was like, "Do you want to try this with me?"
That shit was lace, dude.
Dude, definitely. I think it was.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it was spice.
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
that
like-
makes even more sense.
Like the more people I talk to about this and like tell me like it sounds like it was spice. So he made a homemade pipe out of fucking he welded it together.
bitch, we
Dude,
smoked
oh my
out
God.
of a soda can, dude.
So like
No, fuck off. We smoked out a fucking tinfoil that you molded. This dickhead molded it around a fucking, was a lug wrench. Dude,
I was like, it's
molded
fine,
it.
Timmy.
It's like,
Shut
it's
the fuck
fine,
up,
dude. It's gonna smoke. It's fine, bro. It's like 17. It's just, it's fine, dude.
yeah, dude, he welded this like this
That's
homemade pipe
craftsmanship.
together. And I got over to his place and he showed me it. I'm like, that's not bad. Like for just doing it like randomly. It's like
I'd smoke out of that.
yeah. So fuck it, like we packed that shit, like hit it, and I only hit it like once. He hit the rest of that bowl. And then we're inside playing GTA, and like I'm a little bit high, like not super high, like just a little bit. And I like I get like the fastest car, like that Zenturo or whatever the fuck. And I swear to God, I drove around the map like fucking 2 times and I did not wreck once. Like I was in
Which
the
GTA
zone.
though?
GTA 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah.
That's my
So like I'm sitting there, I'm focused as shit on this game. And
Like I'm reading the future right now.
Buddy's over there, like, I think he made a whole plate of like pizza rolls. He was just going ham, laughing his ass off. And so I was like, I'm not feeling this. Like, I need to get on your level. So like, packed another one. I went out, like, smoked most of that thing. He took a little hit off of it. We go back inside, and like, I had it on the pause menu, and like, for no reason, we just start laughing our ass off together. And then the room just starts spinning, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like, it's literally like in a movie, like when shit just starts spinning and I'm like freaking out on the couch, is like, and then it just stops, like I can almost feel it when it stopped, and I was just like, holy shit. Fuck. And like I couldn't hear shit, like all I could hear was my heartbeat just bump 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 like in my ears, and I was like, Denver sitting next to me, I'm like, Denver, and I like grabbed his hand and like put it on my chest. I was like, is my heart racing right now? And he's like, no. I was like, it's fucking racing right now. So I'm like losing my shit, and I'm like, holy fuck, like something's happening. I'm having some sort of reaction to this right now. Like I just start losing it.
Dude.
I laid down on his couch. He said I took like a 30-minute nap, but I swear I only like laid there for a few minutes, and I woke up, was like, it's happening again. So I'm like, fuck, like what do I do right now? And so I was asking him for his address because I was gonna send like my parents.
I'm getting you.
Yeah, and he was like, "You're gonna call the cops or something." I'm not gonna call the cops. I was like, I want to call an ambulance or some shit, but no, I'm not going to. I was like, what's your address right now? And he's like, I'm not giving you it. Like, you're freaking out. So I'm like sitting there, and he gets up, he locks his like front door.
Doesn't help.
And yeah, and he goes into his room, and like, if anyone knows him, like, he's got a lot of guns. And I'm like, he's gonna come out with a gun or some shit. He's pissed at me right now, so I'm freaking out. I'm like planning an escape. And he just comes
Like,
out,
I'm gonna jump out that window,
yeah,
dude.
he just like walks out, and he's like, and so I go outside and I call my dad, or I call my mom first, because I'm like, she was a smoke back in the day, like she knows.
No.
And she doesn't answer. She was actually like up in Denver at the time. I call my dad, and I'm outside and I'm like whispering on the phone to him. I was like, Dad. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, we smoke some weed. And he's like, okay. Yeah. I was like, and I'm like really freaking out right now. And he's like, do you want me to stay on the phone with you? Or like, do you want me to come over? He's like, come over right now. Like, you need to come over. So he's like, all right, like, where does he live? So I told him. And we only lived like 10, 15 minutes away from him. And I swear to God, it felt like an hour that he was there. I called him twice on the drive there. I'm like, where are you? Like, it's been forever. He's like, I'm almost there. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's been 4 minutes.
Yeah. So, like, he gets there, like, we hear him pull up, and me and Denver just, like...
How'd you get the address?
I think I had to explain... Like, it wasn't hard to explain. It was up,
Okay, so you just gave him estimates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't hard to explain where he was, but for some reason, I'm like, we need the address. Like, at first. Like, I was able to explain to him. So he gets there.
Do you have GPS coordinates
Yeah.
for where we're at?
It's like, it's getting dark, and we just have the pause screen of GTA on. And it's like that, like, dark, like that weird moody music that's going, like that weird ominous. And we're just staring at the fucking screen, just like wide-eyed. My dad walks in, and we both just slowly turn and look at him, and he's like, oh, we got a classic case of paranoia in here. and so he's like, all right, come outside, let's get some fresh air.
Come to me, son.
So, like, we both go outside. He, like, puts down his tailgate on his truck, and we're sitting there, and, like, he's just, like, bullshitting with us, like, trying to...
Was Denver's home? Our parents not home?
Yeah, it was when he was living by himself.
Oh, word.
It was when he moved out. It wasn't long after he moved out. So, we're sitting on the tailgate, and I'm like, fuck, like, it started kind of happening again, but, like, I was starting to come down, like, it wasn't as bad. We're just sitting there bullshitting. And, like, all of a sudden, like, Denver starts losing it on the tailgate. Like, he's having his little moment. I'm like, like I didn't just go through the whole thing either. And so one of our buddies calls up because he was gonna come over along with Stuart. He was supposed to come over that night too, and it was Quentin.
Okay.
He called up, and he's like,
Great
"Yo,
strip club time.
yeah, that's another story. We got another one with him." He calls me he called Denver, and he was like, "Yo, like I'm gonna head over." He's like, "Stuart needs the address and stuff." And we're like, "Listen, now's not a great time. Like, let's hold this off.
Opportune.
Let's hold this off on another night." He's like, "Okay," and then he calls back like, "I gave him the address." I'm like, okay, so we're sitting there like we're like fine by the time they get there, but we're just kind of like, well, we just went through some shit right now. We're a little shell
I had to
shocked.
come to Jesus.
Yeah,
dude.
we're a little shell shocked with what we just smoked.
That's like the first time fucking Dylan and I did acid together. Fucking.
That's right. Hold on. Continue. Too much.
That's a whole different.
So they all show up, and we're all right by the time they get there, and we're like, oh, well, we just walk in, look at each other, like, oh. So like from that point, I didn't smoke weed again for like another 2 years. I was like, I ain't doing that shit ever again. But like, I spent the night there. We wake up in the morning, and like Denver comes out, he's sitting next to me. And we just look at each other and just start laughing our ass off. We're like, what the fuck was that shit last night? And so like my dad's texting me, and he goes, are you good? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, great judgment calling me up and stuff. I'm like, great judgment. I just had a full on like panic attack.
I didn't know what
Like,
to do.
yeah, like this might have been one of the worst nights I've experienced like in a while.
Nah, dude. Anxiety attacks are no joke.
Yeah, I like looked it up.
See, that's a good Sinchies partner. You don't even need to call the Sinchies. He's on it. No, anxieties. I used to get so mad at my mom, dude, and now I just have total fucking empathy for her. Like,
take care of your fucking mental health, people.
yeah,
It's nothing to
not
play
a joke,
with.
dude.
Take care of yourself.
I've never once got mad about my mom about her anxiety since then.
That's what's nice about like my company right now is
You don't understand it until you experience it, dude.
like my company.
a
I
lot of
straight
like,
up
mental shit like that. Like until you experience it, like it's kind of like awful. You don't understand it at all.
Yeah, dude.
And stuff.
I used to get so mad at my mom my whole fucking childhood. I'd be like, why are you freaking out? I don't... Explain to me. I don't understand. And, like, now I get it, because I was, like, literally, like, sitting in my aunt's house. I was home alone at my aunt's house. I was watching her dog or something, and I had, like, a full-on fucking panic attack, dude. And all that happened was I dropped a glass, dude. Like, was going to get a glass of water, and I dropped the glass, and it shattered, dude. And that glass was my fucking life, bro. Everything fell apart, dude. It just, I sat on the floor just screaming as hard as I could, dude. Like, that shit's wild. And then I called Kenny up, went up to see Kenny, and then that's when I needed the Jeep and everything, and, like, I was just losing my shit, dude. And Kenny was like, Dylan, what's going on, dude? It's weird, dude.
It's a different experience. Man.
Yeah,
it's
you don't understand it until you experience
mindset
it.
that you're in. You are not yourself when you're having like a panic attack.
Nothing made
anxiety
sense to me, dude.
Fucking absolutely nothing made sense to me when I was having mine. Like Dylan trying to track me down, read his messages, never texted
Dude,
back.
I was fucking hunting you down. You would not give me no information.
Nothing. Like, he hunted me down for 2-3 hours. I was jumping all over town, like, in my dad's car. He wasn't in town. I think he was at the Iron Maiden concert that was in Denver or something, dude. He fucking was at some fucking event in Denver. That's all I know. And I was in my dad's car, and I remember I just, like, hopping all over the place, screaming, crying, like, didn't know what to do. Ended up at Slide East, and then, like, an hour later, there's Dylan. And just... all those sequence of events like happened for me in like what felt like 5 minutes. That was a whole fucking like 3-hour event.
Oh, dude, I was hunting you, dude, for a minute. I called everybody who was good friends with you that I knew.
Bro, you even
I was calling people that I didn't even like.
You even called
to.
my diversion officer, fucking Officer Tonoff, dude.
Yeah.
That was fucking nuts.
Everyone
was blowing up my phone trying to find
I was scared for you.
Didn't know what to do. And it's
rough,
a whole
bro.
different mindset that you're in. And it's nothing I want. I really
Nothing
wouldn't wish
makes
those
sense
types of
in
things
those.
on like my worst enemies, because it's those types of things that like have really stuck with me. Like they fucked with me for a
Mhm.
long time, and it's just you have to find like your own little balance in life and your own
Yeah.
set.
You can't really like hold on to them though. Like appreciate what happened, but you have to move on. Like
Live and learn.
you don't want to keep that skeleton in your closet, you know?
Yeah, live and learn, man.
You got to move past that. Like I've moved past that breakup and everything, but that shit shattered me, dude.
Yeah.
And I've never been like experienced anything like that before.
Oh my fucking god.
Don't even worry about the fucking Jesse McCartney, dude. Just keep moving.
Jesse
We're working.
McCartney's playing in the background. You
Yeah,
guys can't hear
they
it, but
can't
it's
hear it.
grand.
It's good,
Yeah.
Where's the
No,
Sean
like-
Kingston, man? That's what's next.
No, straight up, like, I had some friends that, like, would go through shit, like, when I was in high school and stuff, like,
Mhm.
early high school, and I was, like, try to help them out, but I'm like, I don't understand, like, why you're like this, and then, like,
When you don't experience it,
Yeah.
you don't understand,
yeah,
dude.
then once, like, towards the end of high school, then, like, when I got out, like, I had some episodes, like, where I went through some shit,
Mhm.
and, like, I had some people, like, helping me out and stuff, and I'm like, I totally understand now, like,
Yeah,
dude,
dude,
like,
it's
I had some,
fucking,
yeah,
It's
like,
different.
Life shattering, dude.
yeah, like, I had some dark fucking mental episodes where I was like, this isn't good, like,
I haven't had
yeah.
too many, but like the ones that I have had
Yeah,
have like rocked my fucking world.
Yeah, they've gone from 0 to 100 like,
Yeah.
in an instant.
yeah.
Seriously, from a fucking glass dropping on the ground, dude, my whole fucking life fell apart. That shit's wild.
Mhm.
I've never experienced that in my life.
Yeah.
Till I was fucking, whatever, 22 years old.
Well, if I remember properly, I think it was like you guys the two of you broke up, and then it was like a week after that happened or some shit like that, and that's what finally fucking set it off.
Yeah, I was good.
Nuts.
That's where
Yeah,
it was
just-
like that little bit of
Yep,
tension. and
that's
just the
all it
smallest
took,
thing.
dude.
Yeah.
Dylan was taking me to fucking different places all over Colorado. Like, he was literally giving me the perfect relationship advice. Like, that's how I fell in love with the Continental Divide. Like, I'm telling you right here, Kenny G, like, this is where you gotta bring them. This is the perfect spot. There's
Dude,
your license. This is it
Life
right here.
lessons.
We're at the top of the
Kenny G.
Continental Divide. Like, I had to hike up there. Bad. Like, winded. And he's just, this is it, buddy. This is where you're gonna go. So Dylan knows, like, there's only one place on the planet. If I disappear, there's
I know
only
how to
one
swoon
place.
a girl, dude.
With no, if like whole different thing.
Continental
Though.
Divide.
If like I disappear,
No.
Dylan knows. If I disappear on everyone, there's only one place you will fucking guarantee find me. It's the top of Continental Divide.
Oh, yeah.
He knows. Him and two people. Well, I mean, I guess everyone knows.
Now everyone knows.
Yeah, that's the spot. If
Kenny
I
G just
disappear,
went
that's where I'm
missing.
at.
Something goes down.
But okay, well, I guess I can narrow it down even further. Dylan and one other person are the only people that know the exact fucking
Dude, you
spot.
can give her a shout out. It's good, dude.
Gnomes.
Yeah.
Know me.
Great ass girl. Don't
Yeah.
have a bad word to say
That's my
about it.
fucking person.
Yeah. No, the only people that I
Dylan and
nameless
Nomi.
on this podcast are my roster.
Yeah.
My Tinderellas, dude. Like,
The Tinderellas.
They're nameless. Because I have too many.
Dylan and Nomi,
scandalous
they're
stories.
the only fucking people that know the exact fucking spot on the
Nomi's
Continental
dope,
Divide
dude. Love her.
where it is. Like, everyone can sit there and hunt for as long as they fucking want. Dylan and Nomi are the only people that know the exact
Take me
fucking
about
spot.
12 minutes, dude.
It'll take Dylan about 12 minutes to fucking find me. He knows exactly where I'm gonna be. He'll find me with a tent and some food for about a week.
And some space heaters.
Yeah,
Food for
Space
about 3 days, dude.
for about 3 days.
Them Uncrustables.
Just has a cooler full of PB&Js, dude. I'm good.
Bro, I'm fine. I've got the ramen.
I got 3
I'm
gallons
camping.
of water.
I'm camping.
I had 3 gallons of water. I know how to start a fire by myself, thanks to you, fuckhead.
Dude, I'm teaching you life lessons. What are you bitching
You
about?
taught me 4 life lessons: how to start a fire, how to keep your fucking food away from bears, how to fight, and how to deal with your own personal fucking problems.
Those are 4 great things.
But the personal problems one, you have to like stretch it between like 19 different fucking like books. It's like the holy fucking Bible with Dylan on how to deal with your shit.
Yo,
It
that
starts
shit's
with
not easy,
it
dude.
starts with dealing with your own personal problems, fighting the people who you don't like, dealing with the people you don't like, fighting them again,
Stop.
It's something stupid.
I've changed,
Like,
okay?
Now
I'm
I'm
having to,
curious
like-
about what he touched about keeping your food away from bears. That's the one that stuck
It's like
out
the
to
fucking
me.
2 camping trips I ever went on with Dylan. It was just me, Dylan, and Andre.
Yeah. Little Andre, dude. I haven't even talked to that kid.
I haven't spoken to him in a fucking.
I hope he's doing
Wow.
good, man.
I have no idea what he's up to.
I think I'm
Not a
hitting
clue.
this camera.
It's still plugged in. You're good.
I mean, it's probably shaking. If it's shaking, let us know.
Let us know. It's already recorded.
Just saying, we can move it. You can move it in later podcasts.
Whatever.
So, Marcus,
It's a little bit of a riggedy setup right now.
I feel like throwing you a question right now.
Throw it.
Who wins in a street fight?
Stop.
Sorry.
I was ready.
It was gonna go to
Since
like
we
a.
got semi-deep, let's go with... What's the hardest part about your day-to-day life, Marcus?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing right now.
Come on, dude!
Work with me.
No comedic relief.
Hardest part about the day-to-day life?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's my food. I don't know what it's
yeah, probably.
Okay, so good. Yeah,
All right.
that's our dog Nala.
Mild. Oh, God.
Katie, you're fucking up the podcast, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Go wait in the car! We're doing this in one take, damn it!
Alright, we back. It'll just be me and you for a second here. Hardest part
Good
about
seat swap.
day-to-day life. For a solid minute now, it hasn't...
It doesn't have to be like currently this second.
Yeah, no,
But,
like,
like-
there hasn't been nothing all that bad quite lately. I mean, like, we brought it up personally before, just like my last job and stuff. Like, I got to where like I just really wasn't liking it there, and so like there was like that motivation, like just day to day personal stuff, like
Honestly,
taking care
bro, I can tell you that I didn't know that this was going to happen, but I could feel not even like depression, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
I could feel your mood was degrading
Yeah.
going to that job for like
No.
that last month.
yeah, for sure.
It wasn't good for you.
Yeah, no, and
And when
I-
you get to points like that, you have to realize it, recognize it,
Yeah.
and move on.
No, and I totally knew that I wasn't gonna be there much longer anyways. Like I already had that feeling. No, that's you.
Switch
That's
'em.
you. Yeah,
Yep.
switch. I had that feeling I wasn't gonna be there much longer anyways, whether it was gonna be me quitting. Like I already had a couple coworkers there that quit because they weren't happy with the place. So I was like, I knew I was next in some aspect.
Mhm.
And it came down to, I don't know if I just kind of manifested that shit to where like it just came full circle around to where they're like,
All up here, dude.
Yeah.
Mach 2.
yeah, no,
Sinchies?
for sure.
Mach 2.
And no, like yeah, it came down to that. But for you need one?
Trash cans full. No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. But no, like for a solid like year now, I've been fairly good. A lot of shit like kind of clicked for me like as a person, like when we moved in with Derek
Mhm.
and stuff, and like it was just us like chilling. And I don't know if it's more of like just having like some reinforcement there.
I feel like we've strengthened each other a lot.
yeah, and I mean especially like when you and I first became roommates
Mhm.
and stuff, like yeah, everything like started clicking a little bit
You
more.
hold me
like,
accountable for a lot of shit I don't hold myself accountable for.
yeah, and ditto, like right back. No, we've definitely helped each other out a lot. And then when like you, me, and Derek moved in together, I feel like it just like kind of strengthened a little bit more. Like,
Dude, that was a trifecta, bro.
yeah, that was good. And it, like I'm glad we're still like lifting with him, like still keep in touch with him and stuff. He's still around. But no, like for a while now, like I've been good. Like I went through like, let's see, for like a few years there, and then about that first maybe year that I moved up to Denver here, like I was having just some mental issues, just figuring out like what I was gonna do with my life and stuff.
Dude, that shit's hard.
Yeah.
That's just no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Figuring
hard
out what
for
you
me
want to
right
do for
now.
your life.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me right now because like the last episode I heard like it's the same for you guys. Like small town kids who just came out to like this big town in Colorado. Like it's definitely a different experience. And like for me, it was, you know, I'm just a small town kid from Salida, Colorado. Like at most, what would you say, like 3 stoplights throughout the whole fucking town?
Through Highway 50, there's like 2 or 3. And then downtown, there's like what?
Yeah, there's 4 now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's about 4 stoplights throughout the whole town. For
Adding the one add-in from McDonald's, like
Yeah.
right at McDonald's when they add that one in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's a fucking culture shock for me. Like, I worked at a small company. Now I'm working for
You're
a
telling me,
corporate
dude?
office. And it's like, I'm out. I went from small town Colorado. Now all of a sudden, here I am in Louisiana. Here I am jumping through pretty much what felt like
That's
the
cool, though. You
entire
get free travel.
Southwest. But it felt like I was jumping through the entire Southwest of America. And it's a culture shock, dude. So, like, you're out here in Denver and, like, you're building yourself up to be something better for yourself later on. And obviously that's going to be it's so much different.
See, and I don't know if I would necessarily say it was the opposite, but like growing up, like, because I was born in Denver, and like even when we lived down south around in Cotopaxi, around Salida, like we still came up here often, like still had family up here.
Mhm.
I was like personally like more keen to the city.
So have I.
Yeah.
I've always grown up around the city. Like,
Yeah, so I was like,
I know how it works. I just never been there.
yeah, same here. And I was like, I would rather be there, and like I knew there was nothing for me down south.
Dude, you were living in fucking Gunnison. You moved from Salida
Grand
to
Junction.
Gunnison.
Grand
Oh,
Junction.
Grand Junction.
Not,
That's a whole different
not any better. Not any better. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, no, like, there were times, though, where, because that was the first time I really moved out, and, because I'd moved out there with Rhonda.
Mhm.
Shout out to Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Bachelor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's little homie right there.
Fucking yee. That's every time I ever
She's the
hear
little
yee, that's the first person I would think of. I only heard it fucking like maybe 2 to 3 times, but it's always the loudest fucking
Sounds
time.
about right. Yeah, no, like, I moved out there with her, but, like, there's honestly times that I would just think about where, like, I kind of miss that a little bit, Grand Junction, but just because, like, yeah, first time we moved out, and we were broke as shit, but it was like, we were just out there doing our own thing, and, like, I
That's
like
part
that.
of figuring yourself out, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that
you
was
gotta go
more-
out and just live
yeah.
that shit, dude.
See, and I left, we both basically left, like, because we weren't making any money. There ain't shit in fucking Grand
No,
Junction.
dude.
But, I mean, it was fun, like, while it
That's
lasted. I wasn't there
Me
long.
living in Pueblo, dude.
Yeah,
when
for
I was
sure.
going to police academy with my sister.
Yeah,
We were living in the same place.
yeah.
Same thing, dude.
Yeah, and I almost
We
moved
were
to Pueblo,
fucking
too.
dirt poor, like, all the time.
Yeah.
You just, I feel like that's a good growing,
It's a
Measure.
good growing
Yeah.
experience.
yes.
Yeah. So I mean, like, as much as like situation wise, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, for sure. Like, it wasn't like great situation. Like, there's some stories there. We like our neighbor. We called her Crackhead Lucinda, dude.
Lucinda?
Yeah,
Give me your number, bro.
Bro, why the fuck would you want
dude, if she's still alive, I swear to God, dude, this gal would ride around on this bike, like, to get her. She
I
didn't have
thought
a
you were
car.
about to say a horse, dude.
No, dude, she'd
Like,
ride
let's
around-
go.
She'd ride around on this bike, and she'd have her oxygen tank in the front
Bro,
basket.
what the fuck?
Bro,
Chain-
give me your number.
Chain
dude.
smoking cigarettes like a goddamn train, dude.
That sounds like my grandma.
Dude, straight up, she'd fucking talk like this, dude. And her, like, we lived in a duplex, so my bedroom, like, partnered their, probably their living room. Her front door was right next to my window, my bedroom window, and they.
Bro, don't tell me you were one of those kids that like spied in the peeping tom.
No,
stuff.
No, he's a people.
Just-
no.
He's a people.
Not with her. Maybe maybe some other houses.
Fucking Disturbia, dude.
Nah, dude.
Sitting over here like
Nah, dude.
house arrest.
No, dude, straight. It was the opposite. She had random people at her house all the time, and they'd always just hang out outside my bedroom window. And so I'm like, there's a reason I kept my shotgun right next to my
Like,
bed.
get the fuck off my property.
Yeah, seriously, I was like Gran
The
Torino.
fuck away from me, Lucinda!
Yeah, no, like there was time, like I'd see her smoking with that thing at her oxygen tank. I'm like, she's gonna blow this fucking house up, dude. But like, I'd hear him screaming, arguing next door.
Bro,
and stuff.
Lucinda the savage.
Yeah. No, she helped Rhonda break into the house because she locked her keys inside the house. So she
She's
helped
like,
her.
I know a thing or two.
Yeah, straight up. Like, Rhonda had Snapchats of it, too. We'll have to, like,
Just don't worry, sweetie. I can
Dude,
help.
what didn't Rhonda have Snapchats of?
facts.
Continue.
Yeah. But, yeah, no.
I think I
Like,
hung out with Rhonda like 2 times in my whole life. Each time I've always been shit-faced drunk.
Yeah.
Fucked
pretty
up.
common,
She
Rhonda.
Snapchats.
And Rhonda has
The
gotten
entire
the
thing.
photos every
Yeah.
fucking time.
She's a photographer, dude.
I know.
That's her fucking ghetto.
Check
Shout
out
out
her.
to fucking shout out to Rhonda Bachelor. Fire photos.
Check out her Instagram. It's Sagebrush Souls Photography.
Sagebrush photography.
Selfless plug.
Sagebrush Souls. Yeah.
Continue.
I'm helping her out. But yeah, no, like there's like Grand Junction really wasn't all that bad. We just weren't making shit for money out there. So it's kind of like, all right, fuck this place. We came back. We almost moved to Texas. She moved to Denver, and then I eventually followed up. We moved in again out here. Then you and I became roommates.
Mhm. I took
she moved
Rhonda's
back.
room.
Yeah, yeah. We just did the old flip flop, the old switcheroo.
The neighbors were not happy when I moved in.
No,
I can't imagine how many people were happy with your fucking loud ass. Like I was a loud child, and then I had to start hanging out with Dylan,
Bro.
so I had to get louder.
I'm one of the
Just to
loudest
fucking,
human beings you'll ever meet.
We sitting there in the middle of the trap house party, and I'll see Dylan just, Dylan, you fucking pussy, what the fuck is going on? And he can pinpoint me out because I'm being louder than the fucking music. We're talking like the solid, like, what, 10-foot fucking speakers with the fucking
Dude,
24.
The trap
inch
house had
ones in
concrete walls, and you could still hear my voice through the concrete walls.
there. I remember,
You couldn't even hear the speakers,
dude, downstairs playing
Then
fucking beer
you'd go
pong.
outside and be like, motherfucker! And you could just fucking hear me, dude. People had Snapchats of that shit.
I remember playing beer pong downstairs, and all I remember is fucking the most primest of fucking like TikToks and Vines or whatever you want to compare them to of greatest moments. That's one for me right there. Of sinking the final shot on the beer pong table and Dylan jumping over the fucking table from the other side and tackling me. Destroys the whole table. Like,
We broke the table that night.
this is like a table that had over 200 signatures
Oh, yeah, dude.
of champions of Pong in the middle of the fucking table. My name's on there. Dylan's is right there. Dylan destroyed the fucking table. And they had to fucking replace the legs.
Dude, do you remember after I broke it, they just started ripping it apart? Like, people were just, like, stomping on it, ripping the legs off. And, like,
I remember that.
we were just getting fucking rowdy, dude.
Dylan, they had
I
5.
Superman, dude.
They
Tried
had
to dunk.
5
I
cups
tried to
left on
dunk.
the side.
It didn't work.
Each cup had tequila on the inside of it. That's how Dylan's rules. Tequila on the
Mine?
inside of
No.
cups.
I was gonna say immediately that sounds like Dylan.
Something on the.
It's either tequila
I don't
or
remember
Jaeger.
whose fucking rules it was. But I
Was
can
that the
only-
same night that Christian kicked his door into his bedroom and he knocked in the bottom half of his
Yeah.
door? He was just slamming the top half against the wall, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad night.
Yeah.
That was a fun
I
night.
had 5 cups left, and I can't remember who my partner was, but we were shooting fucking perfectly that whole night. And Dylan left during the last fucking session of it, and then he comes back at the fucking last cup, and I sink the shot, and everyone's going fucking ballistic. And here comes Dylan from the 4th step on the stairs, fucking. Kenny G, my fucking boy!
Bro.
Tackles me, destroys the fucking table. Everyone gathers around. We start getting hype, and next thing you know, that's like the second time the floor caved in for the fucking trap house.
You're like a dangerous rubber band.
Dude, I am so ashamed at how mad my family is going to be about this podcast. But all of these stories are true. Dude. I was fucking outrageous, dude. I've mellowed out slightly, but not fully.
Significantly.
You're just not diving off the
Dude.
stairs yet.
Significantly.
This shit
Like,
cracks
this
me
is-
up. People bringing up stories that I don't even remember anymore. I didn't even remember this until he brought it up, dude. Because I was
Dylan-
80% blackout at that point.
So
but I fucking
Freshman year.
distinctly remember this.
Freshman year. Like, I remember I made the varsity team for football in Salida. And the only freshman on varsity. Dylan's the first person I told. Dylan's also the first person I shotgunned a beer with. Same fucking night. You made varsity? That's my fucking boy! Picks me up
Bro,
from
you're
practice.
making me look like such a bad
From practice. I'm 15 years old. He picks me up from practice.
Oh, dude.
Takes everyone
I'm
to
Uncle
practice.
Ringo right now.
We go hang out, our usual podcast sessions,
Oh,
where we would do them off the sale barns. Dylan bought a fucking 6-pack of PBR, and there the fuck we are. And he's just, this is how you do it. Takes a fucking switchblade out.
This is how you do it.
Stabs into, like, super violently, though. Just, yeah! Fucking makes the hole. And
make
just,
that hole
here you
big.
go.
Make the hole big. Here you go.
Make the hole
And
big. He shoved it up.
Facts,
He
dude.
put it up to my mouth and he goes, I got you. This is how you're going to do it. The first time I did it, he did it for me. And I handled it like a champ. I really did. Like, I fucking felt great about it. And then we did it again. Don't remember much afterwards.
That's usually how that goes. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
when you're
made
drinking
bar-
with me,
Made varsity.
You and I were
better be ready to black
shotgunning
out.
White Claws at the last house.
yeah, and you were fucking stone colding them. Do you not remember that?
I remember when Dylan...
Yeah.
I have a video of that shit. You
No.
I need to see a fucking...
That's on my Tinder profile.
Dude,
Dude, I was talking to Lexi. The greatest Tinder profile I ever had was one truth and one lie. And then the quote was just, I may have a small dick, but I eat a mean ass, dude. You know how many fucking hit-ups I got on that, dude? They'd be like, whoa, which one's true, dude? And I'm like, you want to come find out? Bro, take notes on the Tinderellas.
Dude, I've had a couple of girls that they like told me, people are like, oh, who did you meet up? Like, who'd you go on a date with? Whatever. Like, this dude, and they show him like the video me shot doing the Stone Cold with the White Claws, and they're like, he seems nice.
he seems nice.
I'm in the tank top. It says 6-pack coming soon.
You still didn't finish my question, dude. For the viewers, for the listeners, what is the hardest part of your day-to-day life?
I mean, in a roundabout way, sort of answer that.
I want a definitive answer, though.
Not a roundabout, definitive, motherfucker.
It's not a hard question. I mean, it can be.
Currently, it's when and what I'm gonna eat.
It seems honest.
Fair enough. I mean,
That's currently.
Kenny G. Kenny motherfucking G. What is the hardest part about your day-to-day life?
So for those of you that know, my dad just got out of surgery about a month ago. He had a pretty nasty fall at work.
I didn't hear about this.
So my dad got into a pretty nasty fall, and it messed him up pretty bad. He started losing feeling in his hands, and so he just got out of
Sorry to hear that,
surgery.
man.
He just got out of surgery about a month ago, and about a month and a half, I should say by now. So right now it's just kind of like, it's not necessarily a fear or like anything on those lines, I should say. It's just more of like a hope. Because my dad had the surgery and now it's like he has to relearn how to use his arms. He can use his hands, he has the feeling back, he's really happy with that. But it's like, there's been times where I've seen my dad just have like utter defeat in his eyes. And that's probably the hardest thing that I have to deal with.
That shit
on a
would be so
day-to-day.
hard, dude.
Because it's like, you know, like, my dad taught me a lot of things in life. And like, I have to, like, I'm definitely, like, when it comes down to it, between being a mommy's boy and a daddy's boy, like, I love my dad.
Mm-hmm.
He's my hero.
That's good,
That's
dude.
my guy. And, like, seeing that defeat in his eyes is probably the hardest thing I have to deal with. But to make up for it, like, my dad has absolutely, like, I know for a fact he's seen me, like, see him have that look in his eyes of complete defeat and then completely just flip his whole mantra in a snap. And be like, I don't want my kids to see me like this.
My boy needs
Like,
me.
My son needs me. Like, he told me, I want to be able to hug you again. Give me 6 months, I'll be able to lift my arms to hug you. And that was a month ago. my dad can already move. He had 6%, I would say, in his arms about a month ago when I picked him up from rehab, and now he's at maybe 15%. Within a month. My dad can lift his arm a lot higher than he can. You can fucking...
Fuck yeah, boy.
My dad's been fucking killing it with his workouts and all of his shit, and it's like... I've seen him maybe 3 to 4 times have that look of complete defeat and despair, and then he's looked at me or looked at a photo of me and my siblings and just flipped his entire mantra, and it kills me.
There's nothing quite like seeing your dad cry for the first time.
Oh, it's killer. Like, when I saw my dad cry for the first time was when Kat graduated. Because, like, wholeheartedly, like, I have no problem saying it. Like, Kat is not my full-blown sister. Like, we share blood through a mom, not through a dad. She's my half-sister. But I will wholeheartedly claim that is my blood. That is my family. It's my family.
Yeah.
I grew up, like, knowing, like, Kat's my sister. And my dad adopted her. So as far as I'm concerned, and as far as anyone else is concerned, if they ever try to say that that's not your full sister, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Like, Dylan was the one who taught me, what is it, blood is thicker than water, but the water of thine covenant is what's greater than thine blood.
Close.
That's the OG Latin.
Yeah, the original saying is blood is thicker than water. And the full saying is the blood of the womb is thicker than, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So that means you develop relationships over your life, right?
Yeah.
So blood doesn't always mean that you're going to be the tightest with that person. Like, I've met some people in my life that I would fucking die for.
Yeah.
And there is blood in my life that I don't know if I'd take that chance, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to bash on them by any means.
Yeah. Like,
I have developed
the same type of relationship.
Yeah, I'm definitely
amazing relationships. Like, I would fucking die for you, Marcus. I would fucking go to town.
Ditto.
If shit was going down, I would be front lines taking shots for you, dude.
Dude, same.
Yeah.
No.
And I think that's the saying. You'll have to look it up. There's a full Latin saying to blood is thicker than water. Look it up.
It is.
I'm pretty fucking drunk right now.
Blood is thicker.
So
the blood. That's okay. So it is.
Your blood is pretty thin at
I'm
the
pretty
moment.
sure it's like
It's blood.
the blood of the womb is thicker than the
it's
water of the covenant.
Blood is thicker than.
I just fucked it up again.
Its blood is thicker than thine water of the covenant, but thine blood of the covenant makes thee strong.
You sound a lot more perfect than me, so we're gonna move on from that.
That sounds deep.
Oh, if you want to hear some deep ones, Dylan's hit me with some solid ones. Like, one of the ones that has always stuck with me is a Bob Marley quote that Dylan put on me when I was 16.
Don't remember it, but
Every
let's
little
hear
thing
it.
is gonna be alright.
Money is the soul of the root of all evil. So I would rather be broke in the eyes of good people than rich in the eyes of devils. Always. I will always remember that one. And it's from an interview he did in, I believe, in 86 or something like that. So I would
just send you
he would send me
inspirational quotes
random
constantly.
pictures and random
And he was
inspirational
researching
quotes.
it.
And I remember, like, I watched it, and it stuck with me. Because I went to Michigan State for a whole month, and Dylan was the one who told me, like, the school's not for everyone. I made $2,500 on my first paycheck that I ever, like, from a real job, $2,500. Me and Dylan went to Denver. He snuck me into the strip club.
Fuck, dude. Why did you turn such inspiration into this?
He snuck me in. Here's the bright side of it. Dylan realized how fucked it was after he saw me, and
It was with a girl.
and
Why did you gotta throw this down?
the dirtiest one that was at that club. And he saw me drunk talking to her, and he goes, no, let's go, keep your money, let's go. I already know what's gonna happen.
I've done that to Marcus multiple times. We're okay.
Dylan got me out of there, and we're driving back to Salida, and that's when he tells me, like, I have maybe $1,500 left in my whole wallet, $1,500. And that's just between, like, I've decided, you know, well, I'm paying for Dylan's drinks, I'm paying for whatever he fucking wants, like, whatever. Came fucking back, and that's when, like, sat at our regular... I showed you this one, didn't I?
You showed me
That's
this
right.
song. Continue.
And we sat at our regular podcast session spot, and that's when Dylan hit me with that quote, and it fucking changed forever. I think I have about X amount of money. A large amount of money is in my savings account right now, and it's because of Dylan.
No, dude, like,
I would rather
that's
be
a cool thing about quotes or, like, reading certain books or
I
anything
really
like that.
would like rather be broke in the eyes of good people. Like, literally, I've only known Marcus for maybe about a week now.
Mhm.
And every time I've ever talked, I talked to him 2 times. The first time that I met him, I think we sat there downstairs for maybe like 20 minutes just shooting shit and laughing the whole fucking time. And then
Love this
tonight
kid's
it's
death.
literally just been me and him just like having a podcast session like I would with you
Mhm.
near the fucking sale barns at our spot. Like,
Nothing's
it's
changed.
fucking
The
rad.
settings changed.
The
dude.
setting
We're
has changed.
Literally
We're
having the same thing
We're
we've
in
done for
like a
years.
city of Colorado. Who fucking cares where? And it's just been a blast. Like, wholeheartedly, dude, thank you. Like,
Yeah,
this
no.
has been a fucking killer.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, Sinchies podcast, fucking 10 out of 10.
Plug it, dude.
Plug it.
Fucking killer.
Yeah, no, like when you first showed up here, like, yeah, right away, like, yeah, I could tell. And then when you said when he was gonna be on the podcast, I'm like, I'm not fucking mad at all. Like,
No.
he's great for the podcast.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
Marcus is such my boy. If I tell him, I'm like, dude, he's a boy.
He's one of the boys.
Marcus already accepts him. He's like,
Yeah.
you don't even have to
It's
say
like,
it, dude.
I've met a few
Mhm.
of like Dylan's friends throughout the years. Like, I definitely want to meet Derek because Derek's
Derek's the fucking boy,
Dude,
dude.
all I see on
I
Dylan's
love that.
Instagram is Danger Zone Derek.
I love Derek.
Danger Zone
That's
Derek. That's the
fucking
first
cool.
thing. Like, I read the name and that's exactly what I read in my head. Is not just Danger Zone Derek. No, it's the full voiceover voice of Danger Zone Derek. And it's so fucking stupid to like the outside viewer, of course, but like to me, like, no, I know that's one of Dylan's guys. Like, that's family.
That's what it is.
Instantly
dude. If I tell
knowing,
Marcus, like,
I
he's a
know
boy,
for a
Marcus
fact,
is like, okay,
Yeah, like, I know
like,
for a fact if it's
full
the same thing you said.
acceptance.
If Dylan says he's family or he's one of the guys, I don't give a fuck, dude. You're one of the boys.
Yeah, dude.
Mhm.
That's like one of my good buddies, Cody. He lives up in North Dakota, and like same thing. I flew up for his wedding,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Man, my boy Will, shout out Will, dude." He's like, "I don't know with you two." He's like, "He is my fucking boy. I love him to death." He's like, "You're either gonna love him, or you're gonna hate him, and you guys are gonna fight on the first night."
Dude, you know what's funny?
And I was like-
That's exactly how I explained Dylan to like
Yeah,
my
dude.
coworkers.
Yeah, dude.
I hear you talking about this doobie a lot. Like, what's he about? And it's the first words is, you know, you're either gonna fucking love the all living shit out of him from the
Dude,
jump,
there is
or you
no
don't want
in
to
between.
fight him after night one.
Yeah, dude.
Like, there is really
And
no
I
in between. And
went
it
up-
sucks cock. Like, I know that for a fact. It fucking sucks, but like,
That's
I
how
don't
I
know.
be, dude.
He's good people.
That's
You
how
might
I
like
be.
him.
And I went up, dude, for that fucking wedding in North Dakota, and we did 36 sake bombs.
Holy
Fucking
shit.
comes, bud. What the
Yeah,
hell are
we
you
were-
trying
we
to
went
do?
to a-
Speak to Godzilla?
Dude, we went to a fucking
What the fuck, boy?
we went to the wedding rehearsal, dude, and they said the bar was open. Like,
Open bars are fucked off.
and I was like, "Are you fucking shitting me right now?
My Uncle
We're at a
Andrew-
sushi bar,
Dude, my
and
uncle
you're
Andrew
telling me the
was
bar's
like-
open, dude?" So I talked to the whole fucking table, me and Will, dude, and Will was my boy, dude. Love him to fucking death. I hope he listens to this podcast, because me and him were like, "Let's go, pussies. We all go sake bombs all night. Let's see what we can get up to." Everybody started dropping off about 15, 17. A couple of them, Cody even made it to like 24, maybe. I'd say that. Me and fucking Will, dude, back and forth. Like, I can't even sit up straight. I'm just like hanging out of the table. I'm like, "You gonna do another one, pussy?"
And he's just sitting across the other side. He's like, yeah, bitch. You gonna do another one, pussy?
And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we fucking made it up to 36 until we both agreed to stop, dude. I was blackout drunk. They had to load me in the fucking bed of a fucking 4-wheel. It was a Polaris Ranger, dude. The one with the flip down pickup. Dude. They had to drive me home. I was just fucking feet up in the back of this fucking ATV Polaris, dude. And who my boy Cody married, his wife's husband was chief of police. So
his wife's husband?
His wife's dad. His wife's dad.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck?
My fault. His wife's dad was the chief of police. So they like pulled us over, dude, and I remember being blackout, just coming in and out of fucking consciousness, and his fucking wife's dad was just like, no, he's with us. He came. He was at the wedding rehearsal. He got a little too drunk. Dude, we're driving this fucking ATV down the middle of the street in fucking Willingston, North Dakota, bro. This fucking dude talked us into getting back to the house, bro. What? Fuck, dude. Same exact story like you were saying. I love Will to death. I would fucking go to town for that dude. And me and him were just fucking talking shit all night. And I'm like, I'd look over to Cody. I'm like, I like this guy. He's drunk as shit. I'm like, take another one, pussy. I can barely see straight. He's like,
Dylan, do you remember?
Take one, bitch.
Do you remember? Me and
Slosh,
Dylan, it was like last year. I just turned 20, and me and Dylan were on maybe like a 4-day binger. And I think we're
Stop, dude. Stop. Just turned 20.
I just turned 20, and I was like sitting.
Bro,
I just got
pressure
dude,
moment.
I just got home. I think I was in fuck, I can't even remember where I was. My work had taken me to like somewhere near Gunnison, and I was just
Monte Vista.
Monte Vista.
Monte Vista.
Monte Vista. Yeah, Monte Vista. It's the Monte Vista trip. And I was sitting out there. I was working for Monarch, the ski resort, and I went out there to just like hang out with some friends. No big deal. Represent for a little bit of the company. Did it on my own volition. And I remember I was sitting out there, and I don't know whose friends they were, but somehow, some fucking way, it's like the last day of mine and his binger, and we just sat there fucking all sorts of fucked off on the Jaeger. Jaeger bombs for like
Jaeger, boy.
4 days.
It's either tequila or Jaeger with Dylan.
Dude, and we were sitting there in his Jeep, and we were just sitting there. And it was when Dylan gave me the most primest fucking relationship advice. And it was, don't care what anybody says about what you're happy with. Just make sure you get it done the first time. And I didn't know what he meant until me and her had sex a week later. Fucking prime, Dylan. I'm taking his spot. I give a fuck.
Dude, that did not go the way I was expecting that to go.
Yeah, I know. You thought that was just going to be like a regular story. No, huge left turn, am I right?
That was
Huge left turn.
that was out of center field.
I know, right? You're going to have to rewatch the video and find out.
Ah, fuck.
We've traded spots now.
No, we ain't trading.
We're playing
spots.
musical
That's
chairs
my
right
spot.
now, bro.
Musical chairs now,
Take your
buddy.
seat.
Whoa.
Sinchies podcast is playing
Sinchies
musical
podcast,
chairs.
man. Come on, just for a little bit. I think we're almost done anyways.
Dude, we're almost. Ah!
Don't die.
Broke my fucking
God.
heel, dude.
We better be almost done.
We
We're
should
getting
be done.
shitty.
It's fucking 1:40.
That's wrong one. Wrong one.
Oh god, we gotta. Alright, a few more minutes. Let's finish up this story.
And now it's changed positions. I kind of feel like I could be on some Jimmy Fallon shit. So
You're feeling power over there, huh?
I kind of a little bit. It's kind of nice. It's different, huh? You're normally the one with the power now, Dylan. No, it's me.
It's all with the armrests on that chair.
The
can lean in.
You really
Get
can.
the-
Really can. So hopefully, I'm not too loud on the audio when it's back. But Mark is the only. I have a few questions for you. So genuinely, like I've known Dylan for a long time now. And this has been one of my guys for the longest time. Like it's been said throughout this whole podcast episode, he's one of two people that I turn to. The other one being Nomi. Like, Nomi's my person.
Nomi's
She understands
fucking
me
great,
to a T.
Love her.
Dylan understands me to a T. So when it comes to yours and Dylan's relationship, would you say, I mean, he's already claimed and full out said it, like, you're one of the boys, your family died for you. Would you say, like, it's amongst the same lines between you two? You'll do just about anything he asks.
Yeah, yeah. And
He jumps, you say how high, pretty much. And when you say jump, he says how high back.
yeah, and I said that too. And like we got that. Like I feel.
It's a brother, it's the big brother, little brother kind of.
Yeah, and I feel like we got that to where it's like we're like so super close to where like he said earlier, like we'll help hold each other accountable for some shit.
Yeah.
And like there's some times like we don't see eye to eye, and like we'll have little moments, but like I can't think of a time where you and I have like argued and it's lasted more than like 5 minutes tops.
No.
And it's always like we'll like say our shit.
I literally
get it
like
out.
explode at you real quick, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, leave me the fuck alone, dude.
Yeah,
And
and
then I'll
like-
come back 10 minutes later, and
See,
I'm like,
and how you say you want to be Derek, we're the same way to where we'll be like, Dylan, calm the fuck down. Like, why are you acting like this?
we all know.
directed towards
And
me.
Yeah.
anybody who like
Yeah.
genuinely knows Dylan by now, he like when it comes to getting his hot hair, it's fucking Dylan who's fucking quick to do it. Like, fuck you, motherfucker! Did you ever fucking tell me what to do?
And it's one of those things, like, it only lasts a second, but like, if you like Dylan, like, shut the fuck up, like, calm the fuck down, this isn't that bad. He's like, fine a few minutes later, and it's good.
Dude, that's all it is. The people that fucking persist and keep bugging me, those are the ones that I lose my shit on.
Yeah.
If you just let me fucking blow up for about 4 minutes, then it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, give him his
Like,
moment, and it'll be
so
fine.
the only time
Good
that it's
promise.
ever been between me and Dylan where he ever like stopped talking to me was genuinely just to teach me a lesson. I think it was right when my drug addiction started.
I can see this.
And your pro career is what you wanted to achieve more than anything. And it was really between Dylan and another man who I'm going to leave unnamed. He was a really big, the two of these gentlemen were like the two biggest important people in my life at the time. Because this man who I'm leaving unnamed, he found me.
The man who shall not be named.
It's just because
That's good,
of how
dude.
his wife
That's
is.
good.
They're really
That's
good people. Me and him, literally, there's one photo in existence of me and him together, and it's he died recently due to COVID. So it's a
Sorry to
huge
hear that.
rest in peace for him. That's why a lot of people are gonna like controverse on this, but he died. I know for a fact. Doctors know for a fact it was because of COVID. His previous heart condition and lung condition, yeah, it attributed to it, but the main part was COVID. And when I got the call, I was in Louisiana. He died, and it broke me down. This is Dylan and this man were the whole reason I decided to get clean. I'm 3 years clean now. Like I will hold
Yeah.
that shit down to
That's
a
a big-
fucking T.
That's
to
a big deal.
everything. Like I'm 3 years sober from drugs.
That
Like,
shit makes me so
hardcore
happy.
drugs.
Dude. That makes my heart.
And I have to attribute it to those two mainly. Like Dylan wanted nothing to do with me because he was trying to start his pro career, and I can't get mad at him for that. This other man wanted me to just get clean, like not to say like on some sugar daddy shit, but like he put me up in the hotels in Salida. He was sending money to my bank account so that I had food. He was coming down from Compton, California almost every other week to see me. And this was the time that when I didn't have Dylan in my life to be that person. And don't ever feel bad for it because it was something that I needed. And it was when I decided to get
That was
clean.
the only time I ever separated myself from you, dude.
Yeah,
I
the
felt like you
only
needed it.
time.
I felt like you needed
And I
it.
did. And it was that man and his family who really brought me back. Like I was jumping between Salida and Compton for a hot minute, for about 2 to 3
Back and
months, back and forth. He was paying for my flight tickets. He was paying for my food. He was doing everything for me. So I really have to attribute, me getting clean to these two gentlemen. Like wholeheartedly, will never forget it. And I needed that cutoff from Dylan to know that there's people in this world that are going to want the best out of you. There's people in this world that are going to see only the worst in you. the ones that you really should keep around are the ones that see both sides. Because then they're going to be the only ones that can truly pinpoint what your issues are.
Say that again. For the viewers. For the listeners. That was a fucking great quote. Say that one more time.
The people who see both sides of you, both the good and bad, are going to be the people who can truly pinpoint what's wrong with you. That's the short version. Because Dylan truly has, like, I think my brother and Emily started dating when I was, I want to say, like, when I was between 8 to 10 years old. In that time frame, for sure.
I was like freshman.
Dylan saw me at my peak of happiness. This was before my parents got a divorce. Dylan gave me his cell phone number immediately after my parents got divorced. I think I spent a whole week living with Dylan and the Dewberries. So I didn't know where to go. And I slept on Dylan's floor. Dylan made me like a fucking 40-layer bed out of all the blankets and towels he could find in the fucking house.
It's your boy.
And I slept on his floor for a week. I woke up. He dropped me off at school. I remember I had a bully, and Dylan walked me to the front door. And that's when my fucking little bully would try and pick on me. He moved after that school year. Because, like, this kid would literally try and pick on me, and there's Dylan. And I remember Dylan, just no hesitation of, if you fucking touch him, so help me God, I'll get this whole grade to kick your ass.
Oh, dude.
And I'll never forget that. Like, we all know that it was just a joke. We all know Dylan was just
It wasn't,
But, yeah,
I feel like
Dylan, to really bring it back
fuck
in,
this kid up real quick.
Dylan really, like, Dylan and this gentleman, whole reason I can attribute my sobriety to. Like, wholeheartedly. And yeah, I can toss out some shout-outs, like, Nomi helped out, and my other friends helped out for sure, but at the pinnacle points of it all, where I was at my lowest, like, when Dylan came back and was just like, I know you need me, and I see your growth already, like, I'm here, what do you need? A whole different perspective of my life from that point on.
You can't
Like,
turn your back on people who are trying to better themselves.
Yeah. Like,
I'll never turn my back on you for that.
I can't
I'll never turn
ever
my back on you for that either.
can't ever turn my back on Dylan. And just being here, like, this is really, like, the second time I've ever hung out with Marcus, can wholeheartedly, like, know that, like, if I'm called because Dylan or Marcus say, like, we need some fucking help down here, I give two fiddlers fucks what my job has to say. Like, get me on the next flight down to fucking Denver. Like, I have to be there. My family needs me.
Mad love.
I give a fuck what anyone has to say about it.
It's the only other person I've heard say fiddler's fuck, though. Like, I say it once in a while.
Dude, it's my favorite. I will literally, I've had moments with my tent crews where, like, I've walked in and we've all just been, like, they'll be, like, kicking it hard. And we'll, like, have one of the solid, most, like, productive days that I've ever seen. And I'll walk in and I'll be like, all right, guys, we're kicking ass. Can I get a motherfucking oh yeah? And, like, it's a crew of, like, 40 of them, and they'll all say it back. They'll just, oh yeah! And they'll all do it, and it's fucking prime. And I'll just walk up and be like, we're fucking kicking ass, guys. Like, great. Now, go drink some beer, get the fuck off my site. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Christ. It's about that time, Captain.
It's about that time.
About that time.
Fucking Jimmy. How's everyone looking on the beers?
Crushed this podcast.
Yeah, this is a beer. How is it?
Podcast.
Got a little bit into that deepness.
Need one?
Got a little bit into that fucking comedy.
Need one? No, you always need one.
I always.
Dylan will never, ever deny a beer. Well,
Cold or warm, he needs a beer always.
I guess I can close this out for us
Switch
if
me
you like.
spots.
Can I just close it out here? Or do
Let's
you
go.
want
You
to,
don't
like,
even know how to fucking work the computer.
yeah, Shift Delete, bitch.
Control Alt Delete.
I saw that shit.
Move.
Well, this has been Kenny G on the Sinchies podcast. Here comes
Yeah.
Dylan.
What? I know.
You can't see this shit on
Off camera, they're hugging it out now. It's a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful moment.
It's a beautiful broy moment. Oh man, I didn't even get to tell the story of the broiest fucking restaurant I've ever
You
been
can
to.
throw it down.
Oh, quick.
Down real quick.
Quick story.
Broiest restaurant I ever went to is in Grand Lake, Colorado. It's called One Love Restaurant. I'll never forget it strictly because, like, literally every song that they played on it, like, we discussed it before we started recording. They played reggae covers of popular songs. Like, can you imagine Party in the USA done in a reggae tone?
Don't fuck with Party in the USA.
Like, can you, like, honestly imagine it, though? Like, it's a party in the USA, man. And you're just, like, listening to it, and you're like, what the fuck am I actually hearing right now? And then the biggest killer for me was, like, Sweet Home Alabama in a fucking reggae cover. The cherry on top,
stretch.
dude, the cherry on
That's a
top
stretch.
is, like, the waiters and the waitresses. The waitresses I didn't get to deal with. Like, I am interested to see what they're like. But the waiters, the men that were taking your orders and taking your food, the broiest bros you'd ever fucking deal with. Like, I remember I ordered a chicken sandwich, and it's all island food at this place, so it's all Caribbean inspired. So I got a chicken sandwich. The fucking coleslaw that's under it is like mayo with pineapple juice in it, and a thick-ass slice of pineapple.
No thanks.
That sounds like a stretch, too.
The spice on the chicken was why it was pretty good.
You're like, I'm not
I
mocking it.
I can't get mad at it. It's the waiters are what would kill you. They would like walk up to you and be like, "So how's the sandwiches, man?" And you'd be like mid-bite and then like swallow your food and it's like, it's pretty good, man. And quite seriously, my waiter, every time he came up to ask us a question and it would be like semi-decent positive response, instantly. Fuck yeah, bro, that's what I want to hear. I left him a $2 tip. Don't you ever fucking come at me with that bullshit ever again.
That's how I'm about to wait every table from now on, dude. Fuck that.
Fuck all that. Needless to say, I went there one time. We were out there for 2 months. I never went back. No matter how many times my coworkers were like, well, let's go over to One Love Restaurant. Fuck that shit. Y'all can fucking go have that. I'm gonna go to the barbecue.
Have fun.
I'm going to the barbecue place down the fucking road. Fuck you guys. I'm out.
Oh,
Fuck it.
dude,
Fuck that.
this has been a wonderful podcast.
This has been so much fun.
I said that at the start, and I'm so glad we followed through.
We took like every lane on this thing.
Every
Comedy
We got
to some
pretty
deep
deep.
shit to
It's been
Yeah.
killer.
Dude,
Hopefully, like,
almost
back.
fucking 2 hours, bro. I'm really impressed.
killing it, man.
hopefully all y'all that listen to this actually listen to the whole thing. Like, there's a lot of content in this one.
It
Some
got
good
pretty
shit.
intense.
Yeah.
Disclaimer on the language, though. We're all a bunch of sailors on
Dude,
this episode.
parental advisory.
I mean, we had a lot of cussing on the last one, but there is a little bit different stories on this one too. So
Yeah, I know.
Always, dude.
Don't change your image on Dylan though, because wholeheartedly, this is like,
Dude, you guys are
Listen.
making me the absolute middleman in all this shit. You tell them the terrible shit that I do, and then you're telling them the fucking uplifting, wonderful shit that I do. So I am like
He's the
angel
perfect-
/ demon right
he's
now.
the
I'm
perfect
the
Grim Reaper. You gotta think, he really is the perfect Grim Reaper. You can't get mad at the Grim Reaper. He's just escorting you to your
Dude,
death so you don't feel
I'm just
alone.
doing my job, bro.
anyone that knows Dylan, like we we're saying, you gotta know like both
You
sides
have
of
to-
someone.
you have
He's got that side that like certain people aren't gonna like, but like if you know the other side, it's like they even out pretty perfectly. So I mean,
I can push a motherfucker.
I
You're
guess
cinching
shout out
this
to you
is
on this
so, like,
podcast.
fucking-
So
I
This
can make
is
a
like
really
motherfucker
good.
It's
push
like
through
I'm
some shit.
I'm amongst the first guests, correct?
You're the first guest.
Oh, yeah,
first
the
guest.
first guest. I'm
The
sorry.
first guest.
We've been drinking.
Kenny,
We're
fucking G.
Dude,
Yeah,
think
we're
pretty
pretty
drunk
close.
right now. Does this mean I hit my
Think
fucking
dude.
DOP?
Think pudding.
Does that, am
We're
I
about to
DOP?
fucking indoctor you in after this,
DOP?
dude.
Delta Omega Pi
got
for
to-
life
Till we die, dude. Come on.
till we die.
You're right.
Fuck me. All right,
Delta Omega Pi till we die.
are we getting dog tattoos?
dude, I'll get it right.
Facts,
Where?
bro?
Where?
Say where?
Say where?
Say
dude.
where?
I'll make the DOP tattoo my very first tattoo.
I'm gonna get
I've
that
never
right
fucking-
next to Daffy Duck riding
Right
a
next to-
lawnmower.
dude, fuck
on my
off.
pubes, dude. have that one little section
Dude, it's
shaved.
I really want
I'm
to
about
get
to
the
do your
old-
neck tattoo.
Dude, I really want to get the old fucking. It's a stupid bar joke. I really want to get your name tattooed on my ass.
bro.
It'll be the fucking
Facts.
greatest thing ever.
Facts.
Just, I'll bet you $50 I have your name tattooed on my ass.
Steve.
$50 right here now. On God.
Steve-O.
And then just fucking unknown. Hey, motherfucker.
There it
Say
is.
like your name. I said
Nothing
your
top
name.
Steve-O getting his entire back tattooed with his face.
With his own portrait.
That shit's classic.
Fucking A.
Oh, shit.
Yo, on this note, this was a fucking great podcast.
This is a pretty good
And
podcast.
This is
I'm
fucking
super stoked we're about
so
to
great.
let listeners hear this.
Yeah.
So great, dude. So much fun. Like, really can't wait. Like, might be in Texas on Thursday or some odd for the freezing that's going on out there. But the second I come back,
Yo, have
if you
fun,
guys
dude.
are like willing to have me, obviously you're willing to have me back on Sinchies. But 10 out of 10 would fucking love to come back.
You're definitely one of those guests that could come more than once, dude.
More than once. Episode.
We'll
fucking
probably
part 2
have
of
some
Kenny
guests
G.
that are like once or twice, but
The return of Kenny G.
You
The
can-
return of
you
no,
can
it'll
be
the return of
a
Thick
regular,
for the next
man.
episode.
Second serving of
got
thick
all the
pudding.
love in the world for you, dude.
Always, bro.
You are my
Always.
fucking boy. My boy Marcus. We're closing out.
Do you guys have like a regular release schedule for these episodes, or are you
We're
still trying to
figuring
figure
that out.
Yeah, we're
Stop
figuring
that.
that out.
Stop that.
So far, check out Sinchies podcast on YouTube. Check these guys out on their own.
Like and
individual
subscribe,
social medias. Yeah, like and
We need
subscribe.
100 subscribers so we can change our URL. So please
Yeah.
like and subscribe.
We'd like this podcast to take off. Like, we have a blast doing this, and all the feedback we've heard so far has been super positive. Everyone else likes it, so yeah. Whenever you see this, like and subscribe. This is a bit of a longer podcast, but just like trust me, there's a lot of content in it. So
Please
It's
listen.
fucking prime. I'm
Yeah.
so glad I could be
We're
the
getting
first.
more equipment here in the near future, so please bear with us. We're gonna get better. This is just the start. This is episode 2. Wonderful episode 2.
It's been fucking
I'm
killer.
stoked. Thanks for joining, y'all. And don't forget, since she's getting a beer, get me one.
Always.
Marcus.
since she's out, baby, let's go.
Drink your water.
Drink your water, everyone.
Dude, hydrate
drinks
and
and
die,
water.
right?
Two
and
drinks
water.
and a water.